Jude's Children's Hospitals, where they get medical treatment for free, which if you're a parent and you're broke and your child has some sort of terrible disease, that ends up being a very, very important thing, and I'm just about full on everything. Looks like we are rebooting the Origin stream, which is good. I'm still derping around here in Fortnite.
Should be back.
How far do I got to go? I got a pretty sizable walk ahead of me. I'm going to walk on this thin side of the map at the moment. Says, I want to put you in a cute dress and take you out to dinner. Aw. Dude, can you take me to get chicken and waffles or maybe pho? I'd definitely dress up if you're going to take me to get some pho. Would you dress up, Kuzi?
I would definitely dress up.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
I got to ask you a serious question. The next time we meet up, would you dress as a maid and go to a dinner with me? I'll be a maid too.
Only if you do it as well. If we both do it, then I'd be okay. I'd be okay with it.
Should we be regular maids or like like Candy Cane, Pippi Longstocking, or like gothic maids? What are you feeling? Catgirl maids maybe? No, cat boy, 100%.
Cat boy? I can do that. I can dig that. See if I can get back on. Sorry guys, I'm trying. I know we're back live on Twitch. I'm trying to get back on Twitter as well.
I don't know, which one do you think would make me look the prettiest?
I like the cat maid. I think that would be, I think it suits you.
I was kind of feeling that one too. I can purr, I can roll around.
Purring and rolling around.
Well. I've not seen a soul yet, and I know I know an embarrassment's about to happen. I haven't fought a single person.
Video looks much better. Okay, cool.
Person, and I know the first person I see is just gonna murder my face into the ground.
Oh, it says we're still live.
So you said you don't play a lot of Fortnite. Do you play PUBG?
Perfect. There we go. I haven't. So okay, now I can go back to answering that question. So PUBG. PUBG. I was in very early access. And I play all games early access, and I burn myself out before they actually release. It's a huge problem of mine. I used to be huge into BR games. So I played a lot of PUBG when it was in early access. I played a lot of H1Z1 before that, DayZ before that.
Oh, you're on that old school DayZ train.
Oh yeah. I was huge into it. Fortnite even. Fortnite I played before it was Battle Royale. So that was my introduction into Fortnite. But like I was saying earlier, I'm a huge MMO nerd. Right now I'm playing Shroud of the Avatar, which was made by Richard Garriott and Star Long, the creators of Ultima Online. It's more of a community-based MMO where basically the players are what make the game. There's a ton of events that they do. There's a lot of fun stuff that goes on just within the player base. The gameplay is just like a standard MMO gameplay, but it's still a ton of fun. There's good PvP in there. I'm having a pretty good time with it. Another donation from Gabriel0202. Thank you so much for that. Hashtag for the kids in chat. We are back. Thank you guys. I hope that the stream's a little bit smoother now. I do like a lot of
We are officially in a top 10 situation, having killed not a single person.
Fantastic. That's always good. I think every game that I've won in either any Battle Royale game, whether it be PUBG or H1Z1, I've gotten the least amount of kills during those games.
You've never just had like a completely crazy
domination
20 kill game. You've never
I have, but I always get like third or second place. I never get it to first place. Much smoother stream. Okay, cool. I don't know what happened with the first time around. Sorry about that, guys. I hope it's smoother. Oh yeah, the CPU usage is like, it was at 60% when I was streaming earlier, and now it's down to 20. So something.
So guys, be curious. This is Origin PC's live stream. I know a lot of you are curious about it, but they are streaming the PC build on their end of things, and I am streaming it on my end of things. Because normally, what would happen is the Twitch streamer would just hit /host, and their job would be done. But since I'm over here on YouTube Gaming, things are a little bit more special today.
Bonjour from France. Bonjour.
This is the YouTube Gaming version of hosting. That's how that works.
So GPU for gaming PC. GPU for gaming PC that we're using for this one is a 1080 Ti. There was a camera delay, but there isn't anymore. Thanks, you're dropping. You get stop code blue screen. Bryce, I get that sometimes. OrGPC question. This has to do with Threadripper versus i9. In most cases, Threadripper CPUs are cooler and cheaper. Intel has cooling problems above 4.4 gigahertz. The Threadripper platform even provides more spot power to PCIe lanes. So from our internal testing, when we have overclocked CPUs, the i9 performance has been superior. It's what we use mainly for reviews and for influencers for that reason. Again, depends on the i9 CPU that you're using. I mean, they both have benefits. I'm not trying to crack on AMD at all. I love AMD. We use a Threadripper here in our streaming PC. But just in terms of what we prefer using for activations like this, we normally go with Intel for it. Are you guys doing any recruiting? As far as hiring, you can always email your resume to careers@originpc.com or check our careers page on our website. Wait, so is Intel's new gen going to be the same socket type? More than likely. So right now they have Z370.
Yes, teamwork.
Yes, Origin PC CEO with the sub. Our own CEO subs to our channel, of course. How many months is that for you, Kev? Big Kev. It's got to be pretty early on. Thanks for the answer.
About 18 shots too many, guys.
Can you shout out my brother Bernie? Hello, Bernie.
Bernie. Nice to meet you, Bernie, or hear from you for that matter.
The boss man. 38 months. There it is. Whew. 4 for me. Well, thank you guys. Like I said earlier, 100% of our proceeds go directly to St. Jude. So you're never required to donate, but know that if you do, it goes to a very, very good cause.
All right, I'm about to get bold. I'm about to drop medication in favor of a jetpack.
That's a
Pray
bold,
for me.
It's a bold move. Let's see if it pays off.
It is, but it's the last 5 people alive. So at this point, if I just don't win these 1v1s, it's not going to matter. I don't think kill trading is going to be nearly as important as just having the additional mobility available to me at the end of the game. I already see people building and throwing Puerto forts. Let's see if we can sort them out, possibly in the future.
Someone's asking, was that the Octane you just installed? I believe so. PJ, did you just install the Octane?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. The Octane.
I wanted to pay attention to that.
That board is beautiful. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. I love this
What
board.
is the overall gain that I should expect to get from Octane versus, say, a Peasant system?
So you're looking at, let's base it off a mechanical drive. So if you had a mechanical drive as a storage drive, you'd probably see with the Octane memory, you'd probably see like a 30% increase in speeds on the storage drive, which is pretty massive.
Just like baseline, really? 30%?
Yeah. Hey, Keemstar, I'm not Keemstar. I don't know why people say that. It's just the beard. I get that all the time.
God.
The beard and the backwards hat.
Shots there.
Do you ship to Ireland? Oh, I'm glad you asked that. So I just got the soundboard. We get asked this question all the time if we ship in other places. So much so that I made this awesome sound. I don't know if you're going to hear it through my mic, but here we go. We ship worldwide. There you go. We ship worldwide. Did you hear that through the Discord?
Oh, I can hear it.
Oh, okay.
Loud and clear.
I also
gotta
got
find this other nerd that's near me. I'm hunting at the moment.
So we have this running joke that we do here called the goat. Where I play a goat character, and I made a little thing on the Stream Deck for that as well. Ah, yes! There it is.
Come on, man. Everybody is good today. Where are the bad kids at?
But tomorrow's 24-hour stream will feature plenty goats. Okay, let me catch up to some questions. Is overclocking necessary? Not absolutely necessary. Totally depends.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry that you think this is clickbait. I mean, the build is literally right here. It's going. I don't know what else to say.
What GPU would you guys recommend for playing 100 FPS maximum? So that totally depends on the game you're playing, obviously. But luckily, most of the 10 series cards from NVIDIA right now can handle over 100 FPS. I rock a 1080 at home, and I get well over 100 FPS in most games I play at max settings. Then again, I do play a lot of older games, so that would explain it. But 1070 to 1080, you should see speeds of over 100 FPS in most games you play. Let's get right into the news. Who's that playing Fortnite? That's Drift0r. This is the person we're actually building the PC for. If you guys do not know Drift0r, for those of you just tuning in from Origin PC's platform, we just welcomed him into the Origin PC family. We're giving him a major upgrade right now, and I'm going to link you to his channel so you guys can check him out. Follow him or subscribe to him on YouTube. He creates some amazing content. There we go. I'm sending that out to all the chats. How many cores for gaming, Premiere Pro, Photoshop, and After Effects? So you can probably eight or more for all those things to run pretty smooth. Do you guys do this type of stuff often for smaller streamers? So it depends. We have different tiers of sponsorships. If you're ever interested in finding those out or curious if you're eligible, I would just, first of all, recommend that you have like some sort of sponsorship deck, even if it's just an email with kind of a one sheet, like, hey, these are my channels. This is where I stream, or this is where I create content. These are my numbers. These are the type of views I get. A lot of people have like a PDF format deck, or some people just put that in an email and send that out to potential sponsors. So when you send that, you know, we try to work with everyone. Oh, I'm looking at the image you made with the image I sent you. That's beautiful. I love that.
I tried. Well, I didn't make it. Thank goodness I have a thumbnail.
Oh, cool.
Artist.
Oh, that's awesome.
I can't see colors at all. So
you must have done that pretty quick, because I didn't send that to you that long ago.
Guy's fast.
If you don't know Drift0r, you must live under a rock. Yes, there you go.
Or perhaps in a cave.
I cringe watching him using an electric screwdriver for a motherboard. We get to ask that question all the time. I love when people are like, why are you using an electric screwdriver? As if we don't know what we're doing. We've only been doing this for well over a decade. So, as you know, we build a ton of systems here. So the reason we use we use very low torque electric screwdrivers just for speed and efficiency. PJ, off the top of your head, how many systems have you built in total in your life? Speaking to the microphone.
I built a lot of laptops and desktops. This is a new drill for me. This drill is so torque sensitive that I can build laptops with it.
Oh, nice.
The last stream I did with you guys,
yeah.
The laptop and the desktop, I built the entire desktop with this drill. I'm sorry, laptop.
If you had to guess, though, I know for me, if I had to guess, I'd say close to 1,000. Probably. You're well over. You're like in 5,000 range.
I lost count.
Yeah. So a ton of PCs.
I built a lot of PCs.
On Origin, can you customize every single part? I know some websites. Yes, you can customize everything down to the color of your cabling. For example, I think this build has blue cables. Peter, did you check? Yeah. We have white internals, blue cables. You can see the custom panel that we did on the side. You get custom laser etching that we did on the window panel. Whatever you want to do to make this PC yours, you can. There's a variety of options when it comes to the hard drives, GPUs, CPUs, and motherboards you can pick from. The different power for your power supply. There's a lot of options. What is it that you just installed? I wasn't really paying attention. PJ.
I just installed the 5-bay hot swap.
A 5-bay hot swap. So the hot swap is actually Drift0r. This is also really interesting that you should know. The 5-bay hot swap is what you're looking at on the screen right now. These are trays that you can pull out. So let's say you have a mechanical drive. You can put the mechanical drive in the tray, screw it in, pop it back into the hot swap bay, and it'll read as if you were just plugging in a USB into the PC. And you can pull it right back out, transfer files. So if you have multiple hard drives that you keep like old files on, you could actually just pump them in, slide them right into that bay, and access all your files. Who supplies your case?
The PC's live?
Yes, you can do it while the PC's on. That's the power of hot swap.
And helpful to me. And I won't pull something out and it goes, I will never forgive you.
Yeah, the 5 bays in the front, you could use all of those. You can put SSDs like PJ just did. So one of them is going to have an SSD in it already. He's going to slide that in. Or you can put mechanical drives in there as well.
Well, I am going to swap to the full screen mode while you guys do that. So everybody can see exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Someone asked where we get our cases from. So our cases we designed from the ground up. This is our case that we made ourselves. It's called the Origin PC Millennium. This can also be converted to the Genesis, which is our super tower. It basically has like a 5-inch expansion that goes under it. It's more to hold radiators or more storage drives. full aluminum, tempered glass. I'd say 90% aluminum for the whole body. It's really, really good. A lot of magnets, which is nice and pretty. A lot of RGB lighting, which is great. Our Chrono system, which is our small form factor, is another one that we designed ourselves. One thing that's unique to us is that our PCs have variable mounting. So although we're building this PC in a standard orientation, you also have the option of doing inverted, where the glass panel would be on the other side. All the parts would look like they were upside down, but that's what you have to do to invert it. You also have the option of doing it 90 degrees, so everything would be at a 90-degree angle. All the ports, all your USB ports and HDMI connectors would be at the top of the PC. You also have the option of doing 90-degree inverted. And that's all done on this same case. We can do the inversions on a single case. Even you, if you order one as a standard case and you want to invert it down the line, we can teach you how to do that.
I should have got an inverted one. I like the look of the regular one. So you might find this amusing.
Oh, we do. Okay, there. The VR panel is there, by the way. Perfect. PJ's holding it up to the camera right now.
Guys, I see an enemy in front of me that I would like to go fight, but I have no health. If I do that, I'm just going to guaranteed die. There is no hope for me.
Someone's asking, is it possible to upgrade a HP Pavilion and upgrade the graphics card? Unfortunately, most of those like big company PCs, they have integrated hardware into it, so you can't really swap. Although you might be able to pull out the GPU, you can only probably get another GPU from them. This case is hot. Thank you so much. Would you overclock an i7 8700K? So I would personally, just because I love doing that stuff. And the 8700K is great for overclocking. The 8700K as just a gaming CPU is probably going to be one of those CPUs that you're going to see around for years. Anyone that gets one is probably not going to swap out. It's 6 cores. You can overclock it safely up to 5 gigahertz. It's an amazing, amazing CPU for just gaming. Even if you're like gaming and streaming on the same PC, you can probably get away with a pretty decent 720 60 FPS stream with 8700K. Help me understand RAID configuration better. So there's a lot of different options. RAID 0, what RAID 0 would do would be expand your space. So let's say you have two 500 gigabyte SSDs and you put them in RAID 0. What that would do would turn your storage drive to 1 terabyte. So it basically links those together and makes them like one storage bay. RAID 1 mirrors it, so whatever you put on that first 500 gigabyte would also be mirrored onto the other 500 gigabytes. So if that first SSD went bad for whatever reason, you got all your backups on the second one. Can we take a look at the VR port again?
Yeah.
Can we take a look at the VR port again, PJ? Let me turn him up so you can hear him as well. Sure.
That looks very nice to me. It seems like, and I didn't get a perfect look at it, but it seems like on there you have the HDMI port.
Correct.
But you also have what is
two USBs.
Two USB 3s and audio.
Correct. So that's normally, I don't know if there's audio on it. Let me double check when he opens it up. So you get the audio.
That good of a look at it, so
yeah, there's no audio from the VR headsets. Get audio through HDMI. So you plug in the HDMI, and it usually has 2 USBs to power it, which is why the 2 USBs are there as well.
That's nice. That's a good old HDMI 2.0. Nice and compatible with DisplayPort as well.
Oh yeah.
Good. Because the new HTC Vive Pro launched, and it decided to kind of junk the traditional HDMI support and go DisplayPort. Which
can you put the camera closer?
My gaming laptop near to useless.
Check it out. So you got the VR port right there. That's the VR panel. The HDMI on top with the 2 USBs below, and then below that you got your 40-in-1 media card reader where you can put SSDs, micro SDs, the bigger ones, which I forget their names. What other slots are there? There's a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Perfect. Oh, nice. And you got a USB 2.0 port in the front as well. I know you were saying how you need
2.0, yes.
2.0s.
So that is a surprisingly useful option if you're going to be doing content creation. You wouldn't think that it would be, right? But there's a ton of devices, a lot of legacy devices and stuff that just don't use USB 3 at all. For whatever reason, they'll just completely bug out on USB 3.
What PC from Origin would you recommend for streaming and playing Overwatch Fortnite for around 150 FPS on the same PC? That's tough to accomplish. Yeah, you can accomplish that with any one of the PCs. You'd have to get at least a 1080 Ti, and you'd probably want to go for an i9 at that level if you want to get super high FPS while streaming. It's recommended that you go for more cores. Is i7 necessary for gaming, or can I go with an i5?
What FPS do you think most streamers play in?
60 FPS I've seen is the new norm for the most part.
Okay.
I've seen most guys do 720p 60 FPS for the streams itself. But
really
actually
comforting to hear. I've been playing in like 1080 60, and a lot of people say that my rig is totally.
I'm losing you there. I think I'm losing connection to you.
Guys, that would be great, but I'm not sure if my PC would even attempt to stream that, or if it would just roll over and die. And
I think our internet just cut out for a second. Are we still there?
Yeah. What's up?
Frames? Oh, okay, good. We dropped frames for a second. Looks like we lost the stream for a moment.
Yeah, it's chopping a bit on my end now.
We should be back up now. Now we're good. We're good.
But it's comforting, as I was saying, to hear that from you, because I get quite a bit of flack just for having a, well, spec-wise decent PC at the moment, even though the performance is questionable.
Yeah.
And not playing in 4K, 200 FPS, and just pumping it out to the maximum. I'm like, no, I think I would rather play it close to whatever my stream is going to see, and just have all that extra leftover power for capturing Windows and USB devices. And I've got nerds above me up here. Oh, come on. What the?
Do you use a 2 PC setup? I don't know if I asked you this before.
No, I use a 1 PC setup. Okay. Man, I'm playing like garbage today in Fortnite, like actually garbage. Yikes! It's a rough day here for Fortnite. No, just a simple 1 PC setup. There's nothing wrong with 2 PC, but I don't have 2 PCs, teamwork. So I couldn't do 2 PCs if I wanted to.
Right. Moscow, thank you for the subscription, my man. Hashtag for the kids. Origin, I'm not doing so well financially right now, looking for a job, but I hope you guys get 2 times the goal. You guys are awesome for doing that. Thank you, aka Johnny Blaze. Much appreciated. We're already getting a lot of donations. Where are we at right now? Let me double check it here. I can't see without my glasses on.
Pro Adequacy, you're right. Yeah, 1080p with high FPS makes sense, and 4K with low FPS. Right now I'm kind of about Dude Dolphin. I feel like a noob today. I think every day I play I actually get worse. Most games I feel like I get better at the more I play. For whatever reason, the longer I play Fortnite, the less I feel that I actually understand this game.
Sitting at a whopping $303, baby. What GPU would you recommend for future titles like BO4 max settings while still achieving 120 FPS? Would a 1070 Ti and SLI be good enough, or what? I think a 1070 Ti by itself would probably be good enough, honestly.
I would say the same thing. I would say, honestly, a 1060 should be good enough in theory. Yeah. That's the weird thing about COD games on PC is COD, the engine and graphics isn't particularly sophisticated, so there's no reason for it to require a lot of horsepower. But optimization has been questionable recently.
BlackRock Wednesday asks, are you pepper ready, Kuzi? Ooh, not really. I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. I'm hoping that we reach our goals tomorrow. So the Ghost Pepper Challenge happens at $6,000 achieved. Hopefully we'll get there. Just for the kids, but hopefully not for my stomach. Have you ever done a ghost pepper before, Drifter?
Yes and no. I've never eaten a whole ghost pepper, right? But I did have what in Dallas they call afterlife sauce. There is a Chinese place. No, it's not Chinese. Yeah, it's a Chinese place to make steamed buns and stuff. And one of the things they offer is afterlife sauce, which is made of ghost peppers. And I think of the world's 10 most hottest peppers, they put 8 of them in the sauce, along with a little bit of bear mace.
Oh, jeez.
So
bear mace?
Yeah, just a little bit. And my brother is a big chili head. Every time I take my brother anywhere, he's like, this isn't spicy. This doesn't taste good. This has no flavor. It's like eating milk. And I finally lost my patience, and I took him out to eat some Afterlife sauce, to try something actually hot. And yeah, guys, I was trying to get an actual gun here so that I could fight people. That would have been nice. We're gonna do Fatal Fields. That's what we're gonna do next. It was extremely hot, but the sad thing is it wasn't particularly flavorful. Like, it was edible. We ate very, very small amounts of it, but it didn't taste very good. It was just like hot, the flavor, with no nuance, no subtlety, nothing that would ever make me come back for more. It was just kind of burning, and that was about it.
Whew, sounds rough. Someone asked, what do you think of an i5 8400? I'm currently running it with the 1050 Ti. I built it when I was 17. That's a really good build. I think you can get pretty solid FPS. Definitely well over 60 FPS in most games you play. Would an i5 7700K, an i7 7700K, you mean? With a 1060 GPU, play 1440, approximately 70 to 100 FPS, medium settings on Overwatch? I'd say yes.
Probably would. I don't think it would stream it very well, though.
No, probably not. I just tore apart my old Alienware. I kept the i7 47700, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and a GTX 1060, and bought a new case. Nice. Is there a big difference between the 1070 and the 1060? I'd say about 20% performance difference. What would you recommend I overclock my i5 4760K 3.4 gigahertz to? You can probably safely get up to a 4.2. 3.6. You can probably safely get up to a 4.2. It's pushing it, but that's the safest max bet that you can probably get. The H110, is that the one that has a 120 millimeter cooler, or the 240? If it's the 240, then you can definitely do 4.2. If it's the 120, then I think 3.6 to 3.8 you might be safe with.
So I'm gonna take an alternative opinion.
Error awoken, yes.
If you're taking that as a good gaming build, yes. As a streaming rig, I don't think that machine would work at all.
Yeah, I'd agree.
My brother has a very similar build to that. I think he's actually got the exact same processor, and I've had super big problems with both XSplit and OBS. You can do like 720 60 low bitrate, but when you start loading games, and especially when you start changing your CPU processing priorities to, I believe it's lower, the lower ones get you higher quality.
Right.
It starts doing very bad things.
Oh yeah,
it does not like that at all.
I use a 6700K at home, which is a quad core as well. It's pretty similar to the 7700K, and I rock a 1080. When I do stream at home, which I haven't done in quite some time, but when I do, I stream at 720p 60 FPS. I use fast settings for the CPU encoder. I think it defaults to very fast, and I run it at about 4,000 bit rate, and I get decent quality. But if I do anything higher than that, it's not good news. It definitely melts the PC, and my CPU is slightly overclocked, which helps. But once you start getting to the slower,
do you encode on the CPU or the GPU?
The CPU.
I think that's usually the way to go.
Yeah.
Well, for OBS is CPU. I've had much better luck with GPU encoding on XSplit.
Really?
I love what they've done with GPUs. How you can render videos on GPUs now. What used to take like 2 hours, it'll just bang out in 20 minutes.
Oh, that's
just so smooth, so good.
See how the quality is here. Oh, that's pretty good. Very nice, very nice. Can one of the mods tell me if the PC giveaway on Twitter is worldwide? The PC giveaway on Twitter is not worldwide. That one's US only. The worldwide giveaway that we're doing is the one we're doing with Bajira, which you can type exclamation point giveaway in chat to get the link to that. Remember, folks, if you tune in tomorrow to our 24-hour live stream, let me go back to the promos real quick. 24-hour live stream, we're giving away a ton of items tomorrow. We're doing this charity stream for St. Jude. Once we reach our milestone goals, or just single donation goals, we do plenty of giveaways in chat. We've got a micro Z370 board from EVGA, Z370 classified K, A couple power supplies, 650 watt and 850 watt from them. Intel Core 8700K CPUs. Star Wars Titan XPs from NVIDIA GeForce. ADATA external SSDs. X299 Dark, X299 Micro from EVGA motherboards as well. We're giving away a ton of stuff tomorrow, including game key giveaways from Conan Exiles to Pillars of Eternity 2 to Shroud of the Avatar, a bunch of stuff. We're going to be doing a bunch of karaoke on stream. We're going to be doing some gameplay. We're going to be building PCs all through the night. It's going to be very, very exciting and very, very fun, and all for a good cause. And potential to win a ton of giveaways. Most of these giveaways are worldwide. So please come, donate what you can. It's for a very, very good cause for the kids of St. Jude. We hope to see you all there. It's going to be a blast. What is up, Katricia Mueller? How are you? No apologies. Good to see you as well. Welcome everyone to all our new YouTube friends. This is our first time doing a live build on YouTube. Thank you guys for joining and watching.
Hey Dingo, good to see you.
It's actually our first time doing a live build on Twitter and
My
Facebook.
My gameplay is going rough, my man.
Oh, not Facebook. Twitter. No.
So which part of the PC are we working on at the moment?
So right now, PJ, you want to answer that?
Yeah, right now, well, when I build the PCs, I like to do everything in steps.
Ah, yes,
One thing
teamwork.
I don't like to do is get overwhelmed with having a cluttered set of cables inside the system. So the first thing I'll do is I'll prep the motherboard. I'll prep every component that has the wires to it, and then I'll wire that up first. Once I have all of that done, then I'll proceed to put the power supply in and wire that up one by one. So right now, I'm running your VR module. I'm going to run the 40-in-1 bracket. I'm plugging in the HD audio connection right now. I've already plugged in the power reset. CPU memory already in.
PJ, turn towards the mic a little bit more so I can hear you.
Yeah.
So, oh, all right. Excuse me, guys. So yeah, like right here in the back, I got your USB 3.1. This is going to be the plug that plugs into your RGB connector, so this motherboard can power the lights on the case. And then I got your 3.0 right here. So all this is going to be plugged in. Once I have all this wired up, then I'll go to the next step, which is, plugging all the power supply cables into the back. And you'll actually see how I tuck everything up inside the case too. So I'm really OCD when it comes to hiding all the cables. So
cool. I was turning up the wrong microphone volume.
Oh, look at him! Look, I'm over here talking to myself the whole time. Jeez.
That's why the
Have you guys
sound
ever
was
tried
good.
the Antlion Mod Mic?
No. What is that?
Oh, I should Google like ant and then lion, like the two animals, Mod Mic. It's kind of like a pocket Blue Yeti. I would say the quality is about 95% of a Blue Yeti, but it's tiny and it comes with like a 20-foot cable. So for something like this, it would allow both of you to talk much more easily.
Very nice. So we have.
I bring it with me everywhere for the travel mic.
Oh, that's awesome. We have 3 mics here. The one that I have in the back that we're not using for this build is the volume I had turned up, which is why PJ was coming in so low. But we have all 3 mics. We use a Blue Spark XLs from Blue Microphones. They're really, really good. No glasses and an awesome beard koozie. Thank you, man.
I believe.
Yeah, let the beard grow for the St. Jude stream tomorrow, because it's probably going to get dyed red, and it's definitely going to get shaven down to a handlebar mustache at some point.
I can't wait.
But
you know what you should have done for the real rewards? You should have offered him the Hitler single.
Oh no. God, no, that would have been awful. That would have not worked out.
Of course, with the condition that
German.
you have to keep it for several weeks as well.
I am German.
I am enjoying this beard so much. I got a nice little salt and pepper. Look at this right here. Look at all this white hair I have. It's crazy.
I'm jealous of you. I can't grow beards, man.
I'm liking it so much that I'm going to let it grow back once we finish with the St. Jude stuff. But thank you for the fantastic compliment, the Arctic Preacher. Is the i7 8700K or the 1080 Ti good enough for both streaming and gaming at the same time? Hell yes.
That'll do it. Well, perhaps with one exception, Rainbow Six Siege, I've heard, has issues if you run CPU encoding. It's not
Rainbow
not
Six
the,
Siege is
like,
very
horsepower of the
CPU
system, but rather
intensive.
it's a particular glitch with the game. I've had a few streamers say they have to run dual PC to do it.
I'll tweet you a pic of my beard koozie. I'm about 7 months into it. Awesome, man. Yeah. If anyone wants to tweet anything at me, if you guys have questions for me, PC related questions, gaming questions, or you want to send me beard pics like the Arctic Preacher, you can find me on Twitter at KoozyL. Also, remember to follow Origin PC across all social media. That's at Origin PC across everything. Do you guys do internships? We do. You would find that on the same careers page to see if you are eligible or what we have going on. You could also just send that application to careers@originpc.com. So this beard I actually let grow for 1 month only. In 1 month I was able to do this massive nastiness. Go ahead, Drifter.
What is the difference between professional wiring and regular wiring?
PJ is going to show you. Professional cabling, it's just a matter of, so here's the thing. When it comes to cable management, anyone could really do it. It does take maybe a few tries just to get it the exact way you want it, to make sure there's enough slack to run to all your hardware and that it looks super clean. Really, for cable management, your main goal is to make it look clean on the inside, the visible part. Here at Origin, we also make it look clean on the outside, the part that's normally not visible. Just because when you're back there, if you have to do any work to it, it's easy to locate the cables and find anything you're looking for. Just us with our experience in building in these cases for so long and building the same type of hardware over and over again, you're going to see PJ's cable management, and it's pretty astonishing. It's almost like a work of art. Everything just looks very clean.
The main idea of actually having a clean cable management on the system is because you want to have complete airflow going through it. You don't want to have any cables cluttering that air that can be going through it to keep the system cool. So but like I said, I'm OCD with my wiring, and everything has to be clean.
So then cable management's primarily a cooling issue then.
Yeah, especially on the inside portion. It's for aesthetics, of course, but it's also does help with the cooling, especially on the inside. When you have that big rat's nest of cables that you see in a lot of newbie PC builds, the PC will run hot for sure. Where did we see? Hey, I currently have a 1050 Ti and an i5-7500. What would be good upgrades for an affordable price? So you're actually pretty good with that setup. Maybe you can upgrade to an i7. But I think you'd see more of a benefit, especially if you're just gaming, if you upgrade your GPU to like a 1070 or something. It's amazing how neat this is. Thank you, NetherBlaze. i7 8700K with a 212 Evo. How much would you overclock it? Again, the 8700Ks you can get safely up to like 5 gigahertz.
What kind of cooling do you have to do that though?
Usually with 360 liquid cooling, like the one we have, yours would be able to handle it. Anything with a 360 if you're doing, it has to be liquid cooling obviously, but a 360 millimeter radiator should be able to handle that. If you guys will excuse me for one moment, I've got to go to the restroom, but PJ will stay and entertain. I'll be right back.
Yeah, because I'm a great entertainer.
You are a great entertainer.
I'm better when I'm quiet.
Make them laugh. Make them laugh. I'll be right back.
Primarily setting all my wire up right now. So, hope you guys enjoy.
I can hear somebody popping off rockets around me. All right, last chest. Hopefully we get something good. Not so much. Time to go. Alright guys, on my end, I think I hear somebody fighting directly ahead of me on the other side of Pleasant Park. I actually see them building at the moment, so I believe my #1 objective should be to get barely safe, build a super quick fort, and get ready to interrupt whatever battle this is destined to be over here. There we go. Perfect. You wait for 2 people to kill each other, then you move in at the last minute and scavenge all of their precious belongings.
That's how you do it.
All of it. Yep.
Just like in GTA, you wait for somebody to collect $250,000 and then you end their life, take their money.
How many minis is this going to be? I'm going to take that instead. Looks like we are extremely stacked right now. My goodness. Guys, I think we are very combat ready. What do you think? I think we're looking good here. I'm going to go waddle on down to the soccer pitch and see if there's somebody here to kill.
I'm back.
How much is this build costing? I believe it would be best to keep that private for now.
You got it.
Hubs, if you want to do a silent duo, that's just fine and dandy by me. I've been playing like insano potato today. I've had the unfortunate issue of having not slept since yesterday because Jessica was doing cosplay, so I had to stay up to help her do a lot of stuff. So I'm just running on fumes and hype at the moment, but the fumes are running out, so it's mostly hype.
Fumes are running very, very low. So I tried to prep for tomorrow's 24-hour stream. I normally go to sleep very late, and I want to go to sleep very early tonight. So to prepare for that, I got very little sleep last night. I don't know why I thought that would be a good idea, but I am definitely running on fumes. I also do not know
why you thought that would be a good idea.
I'm definitely running on fumes right now. I think as soon as I get home, I will crash until the morning, which is good.
I'm actually going to cut the grass just to burn energy before I go to sleep.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. It's going to be brutal.
I'm going to cut the grass.
I don't know the last time I stayed up 24 hours. I can't even slightly recall the last time I stayed up 24 hours.
The last time I stayed up for 24 hours, I was probably 21 or 22 years old.
Yikes. I wish I could say that was not the case. I am far older than I appear, and I unfortunately stay up over 24 hours all the... What?
What happened? I need to... let me see if I can tune into your stream.
Can I tune into it over here so I can watch?
Yeah. Yeah, we could do that.
Oh. Well, okay then.
I just got obliterated. One shot.
Whoa.
I was just walking around. I never saw him. Just died in one shot. Lovely.
There. Beautiful.
Why am I not getting to search 7 ammo boxes in one match challenge? Is that one broken?
Hopefully this doesn't slow things down for us. No, I think we're good. Well, hello there.
That was just mind-boggling for me, guys. Surely I searched 7 ammo boxes that round.
Which country are you all in? We're in Miami, Florida, United States of America.
Merca, because Merca.
Oh yeah, if you're in Miami, Florida, you're very Merca. You're about as Merca as you can get. You live with Florida Man, for heaven's sakes.
Florida Man.
Merca, because...
He's very popular.
Because Merca.
Fell in love with ORWC rigs. Next time will be a Genesis. Oh yeah, definitely. That's a beefy PC. Sure is. Certainly is.
Yes, it is. And one thing, hopefully I'm not wrong about this one again, is that for this one we're doing a single GPU, just the single 1080 Ti, because OBS doesn't read dual 1080 Ti's. Like if you SLI them, the way that the software is written, it doesn't hold the frames very well. It causes glitches.
Yeah, there's one thing I always recommend to people when they're like, oh, should I get... If someone comes to me and they're like, oh, should I get two 1070s or should I get a single 1080 Ti? I always recommend the single better card for a bunch of reasons. First of all, there's not a lot of games that offer support for SLI, especially with the trend now in gaming to be early access games. So those early access games do not have the capability for SLI a majority of the time. Even some of the games that come out full release just don't have the support for SLI. So I always recommend going with a single powerful card. It's what I use at home. It's what most people I know use as well.
Because it's not needed. Is that why?
What's up?
They don't do it anymore because it's really not needed anymore.
And it's not so much needed with how powerful GPUs are now.
Like this is the way of like kind of like slowly phasing that out.
But if you're streaming at much higher resolutions, like if you're running a 4K or 4K monitor, 1440p you should be able to get away with a single card. But for a 4K monitor, if you're trying to play games at 60 FPS, for games that do support SLI, then that's going to be your key right there to running it over 60 FPS at the highest settings, having like dual 1080 Ti's. But if you're a content creator, you're not going to be pumping out 4K content most times.
I think that's going to be changing in the future. It's the thing that's holding it back right now is simply bandwidth. The monitors are cheap enough, the media is easy enough to create, storage space, just internet bandwidth isn't doing it.
For sure. That's the majority of the issue. That's why even for a while most people weren't streaming at 1080p 60 FPS for that reason. For a lot of their viewers, it would just constantly buffer. Hello from Indonesia. Hello.
Oh, cool. Welcome.
Good stream. Thank you, man. If someone outside the US won the 10K PC, what would happen? I'm not sure. So this competition is actually run by Intel. It's for the Intel Extreme Rig Challenge. So they're the ones picking the winner, shipping to the winner, etc. All we do is build the PC, promote the competition, which if you've seen our PC is pretty awesome.
We promote it and we win it. I mean, sorry, I don't mean to.
From concept to reality, it's been pretty cool to see it all come to life.
Moscow.
And you guys did the Final Fantasy promotion as well recently, right?
Yep, we picked the winner for that recently.
Moscow did an incredible job on that Extreme Rig.
Yeah, the Extreme Rig looks awesome.
It's so pretty,
All right, guys, I'm just going to keep hot dropping. My luck basically can't get any worse today. I'm super glad you guys haven't been able to see my gameplay. This is the roughest stream that I might have had in like a month.
All right, so
I think I'm placing, my average placement is going to be like top 75.
1080p content on Twitch is not
brutal.
lossless. 900p is the highest lossless content. You're correct, Arctic.
And on the back right here, let me get down. Right there. And let me spin this sucker around. This is my preliminary wiring setup. From here,
now you can see some pristine cable management.
I'm going to get your sleeved cables, your blue sleeved cables, and I'm actually going to just cover all this up. The idea is to hide everything. This is your SATA power for your remote. This is your HD audio cable, which I haven't zip tied it because I'm just waiting to cable everything up, but that's where I'm going to get started now. So, on to get your power supply. This EVGA power supply brought to you by
EVGA.
Here we go, sir. One EVGA 850G3.
What is on the bottom front of the panel? That's our hot swap bay. How can I join the 10K PC giveaway? So if you go to our Twitter page, we have a pinned tweet. You can retweet that and you're automatically eligible to win the 10K PC. Now, normally, it's you tweet out my hashtag Intel Rig Challenges for @OriginPC, but just retweeting that tweet makes it easier. You don't have to tweet out anything. Every day we post that tweet until the competition ends. Every day you retweet gives you another entry into the contest. So retweeting daily is obviously the best move because you get more entries into the competition. They're also giving away bi-weekly prizes like Oculus Rift headsets, so you have a chance to win a ton of stuff with that competition. OriginPC, I have an AMD FX 8120 8-core processor and an NVIDIA GeForce 650 Ti. Is it better to just upgrade parts or get a whole new PC? So if you're going to switch your stuff to Intel, then it's definitely better to just build from scratch. There's still parts in your current PC that you could use. For example, if you pull out the power supply and the hard drives and the RAM even, you can still upgrade to an Intel equivalent if that's the direction you're going. If not, you can just upgrade the CPU, get a better graphics card, and you're good to go. Depends on what you want to upgrade and what you're looking for.
Here goes your power supply cables.
Open them up so you can see them up close. I love the blue power supply cables here. They're lovely. Raging Bearded Moon. When are we going to play, bro? What do you want to play, man? Haven't been playing much lately, TBH.
Blue.
14. Come on, guy.
There's your blue, buddy.
That looks very nice.
You like blue? How about a blue buddy?
Blue buddy. That looks really cool. I love this. It pops. Which is better, the 1050 Ti or the 1060? 1060 is. Did Origin PC used to be Alienware? So our 3 founders, Kevin, Richard, and Hector, were part of the first 10 guys over at Alienware. They became executives there, of course, grew Alienware from 10 people to thousands of people across the world. Then a company named Dell came and bought Alienware out. Said they weren't going to change anything, but of course they changed things. So Kevin, Richard, Kevin, Richard, and Hector came to a crossroads. Do we want to keep working for a big corporate company making a nice hefty salary, or do we want to split off and do our own thing? They fortunately chose to split off and start Origin PC, which is basically sticking to the origins of high-end gaming PCs, offering 24-hour lifetime customer support based in the US, giving you great custom builds that you can't find anywhere else, and a custom case that you can't find anywhere else as well. So that's how Origin PC was born.
Would it be fair to call you guys the original Alienware?
Yes, pretty close. I'd say a good 80% of our employees here are from the original Alienware as well, because when Dell came and bought them out, they laid off. So like the first 3 years that Dell bought out Alienware, nothing changed. They said nothing was going to change, so they stuck true to it for, I wouldn't even say 3 years, maybe like 1 to 2 years. Right, PJ? When you say like 1 to 2 years?
I actually left Alienware before the transition, before they moved to their big corporate office.
Yeah.
I went to venture off to work from family. Family needed help, so I ended up going that route. But I want to say maybe a year or so after I left is when Dell did the buyout, and I want to say maybe two years after that is when I started noticing a bunch of my, friends little by little, being let go. So
thank you so much for the sub, Crazy Dog. Yeah. So once the layoffs started happening, Origin kind of shortly started after that. So we started hiring up all the old Alienware people, which is great because it's all people that have tons of experience in this industry and know what they're doing.
Good to know. I'm getting a little tilted over here. You may have seen the memes about shotguns that deal 5 and 7 damage in Fortnite. That's the land that I am in at the moment. I'm in the land of 7, but glad to know I always liked Alienware up until about the point that Dell bought them out.
Yeah, most people did.
I'll try not to get into bagging and into too much stuff because that's just not good form.
No, of course not.
But once Dell bought them out, I noticed that the line largely changed to the same thing Dell was selling anywhere else, the same parts but with a different case.
Yeah.
It was like if they got their XPS line and just threw an Alienware badge on it.
Yeah, it's basically what
okay,
happened.
You know what? I wasn't going to go there, but that's exactly what it was. And I did not think it was worth the money. I remember there was this kid in college. He had to be the coolest kid. And he bought some like $4,000 Alienware laptop with all these fancy one-touch buttons and features. And I was like, dude, I got the same computer you did for like $2,500. He was like, nah, bro, this is Alienware. This has like cooling, this and that. And I'm like, that's the same laptop with a different logo. And he just did not take to it.
See, the issue when companies get that big and they get to that corporate size is that they start kind of cutting costs when it comes to assembling their PCs. So they start going for proprietary parts. So that means you can't really upgrade the PC. In fact, maybe even opening it up would void your warranty. Our cases, since we're such do-it-yourself guys and PC enthusiasts, you can open up your case and tinker with it as much as you want. It doesn't void your warranty. But if you do like add an extra graphics card, that extra graphics card or anything you add extra isn't covered by the warranty, obviously. But anything that you got through us still is covered by the warranty. Plus the support is a big part of it. So we have a 24-hour lifetime customer support that comes with your Origin PC, and it's all based here in the US. So our whole support team's right here, just right next door to me right now. And you can call at 3 in the morning, whatever day of the week, and one of our guys here will pick up the phone call for you and talk you through whatever your issues are, even if you just have some random PC questions like, hey, I'm thinking of getting this GPU. What do you think? Is that a good upgrade? Or I'm thinking of switching to this RAM. What do you think? Is that a good upgrade? They offer that sort of awesome support, which is what really sets us apart from everyone else. What case is that? This is our
I do
own
have a question
case.
coming in. Do you build laptops also?
Yes, we do. We have a slew of laptops.
Be built tomorrow too.
Yeah, we're going to be building some laptops tomorrow during our 24-hour charity stream. So we have a few different models. We have my favorite, which is the Evo 15S. It's our thin and light laptop. It's less than an inch thick, weighs about 4 pounds. It's got a 1070 inside of it, and a 6-core mobile CPU, which is absolutely bananas.
Anywhere between 1080 and 4K, you can pick whichever one you want.
Yeah, 1080p or 4K screen, 144 hertz, I believe, which is great.
Upgradable memory, so you can go up to at least 32 gigs.
Yep, and then we have our bulkier laptops, which we call desktop replacements because they're a bit heavier. You can actually put desktop CPUs inside of them. It's what a lot of streamers use for mobile streaming because it still has a desktop CPU inside. Desktop grade GPUs as well. Our bulkiest one is the SLX. You can actually put...
Why bend the PSU cables?
You can actually put two 1080s in SLI with a desktop CPU. So that's more powerful than most desktop PCs in a laptop.
See, Cheetah, check it out, dude. If you don't bend your cables, what happens is that you got a really stiff set of cables inside the system. It makes it a little harder to manipulate and wire it up. Whereas if I'm bending these, look at them now. They're pretty much flimsy. I can move them however I want. So that's why I wrap and bend the cables around my hands. I just want to give them some play and some slack. Get them unstiff.
Do you ship to the UK?
We do.
Do you also sell e-girlfriends?
Worldwide. So we ship worldwide. What was that? Do we ship e-girlfriends? Not yet. We haven't reached that point. Quick question. I just noticed my 1050 Ti is branded with MSI. Does that mean there's something different with my GPU compared to a 1050 Ti with NVIDIA on it? No. So 1050 Ti is NVIDIA across the board. NVIDIA makes what's called Founders Editions, which is just the regular heatsink. When it comes to like an Asus GPU or EVGA GPU or MSI GPU, the only thing different on it is the casing and the cooling on it. Do you have finance options for people in the UK? We don't, unfortunately. Our financing is US only. We are mainly a US based company, so that's where a lot of our stuff. We do ship worldwide though. But the lifetime customer support, that's available for anyone that orders a PC from us. The financing, there is financing options for the UK, but it's not directly through us. You'd have to go through either a credit company or maybe PayPal if PayPal does credit for the UK, but PayPal credit works with us. So if you got credit through PayPal, which I recommend everyone do instead of going through our financing, it's way better for you. You can get, 1 second. You can do the credit through PayPal, and it just works out better in the long run. I think it's lower APR and lower monthly payments. What's the biggest build you've ever made? So when I first started working here, we did a completely custom case for some prince in Dubai. He engineered the case himself, sent like 20-page instruction manual on how we could construct it. It was absolutely insane. The case itself was about as tall as I am.
It had to be built.
Yeah, it had to be built. It was completely painted with an Audi paint job. It had 4 Titan X's, completely liquid cooled, a crazy amount of radiators.
I want to. How many did we count? Was it 40? No, it wasn't 40. It was
about
like
40 fans for
40
sure.
40 fans, and I think I want to say I had about maybe 12, 13 radiators in it.
Yeah, 12, 13 radiators, dual Xeon processors. I'd say about 20 terabytes of storage, completely RGB. It had wheels on it, and the PC, all in all, he ordered like
the guy with
two 4K 60-inch TVs with it. So all in all, the build came out to somewhere around $40,000 to $50,000.
But the guy spent that was just.
Hey, Nooch, good to see you, man. It's been a long time.
Whoa.
Hello, Crazy Dog with the donation for the kids of St. Jude. Thank you so much for that. So again, guys, we are raising money for St. Jude Play Live. Tune in tomorrow for our 24-hour live stream. Oh, that's the specs. Our 24-hour live stream where we'll be giving away all these prizes you see on screen. we'll also be doing a slew of fun things like karaoke and gaming and eating ghost peppers and eating G Fuel. It's going to be absolutely crazy.
G Fuel. Oh, don't breathe in. It gets in your lungs. It's very
that's
bad.
what I heard. We got to be very careful with that.
No. Are you telling us from experience?
No, you see people do it. It's
almost
crazy.
Any powdery thing, from baking mix, powdered chocolate, baby powder, if you breathe it into your lungs, very, very bad things happen. Hey, Bear, good to see you there between the tree emotes in the chat.
So these are all our single donation rewards and our milestone rewards. If you're donating today, you will be eligible for these prizes tomorrow. We do email the winners of these prizes, so do not fret if you're not in chat. But we'd prefer you to be here to watch the stuff, and it is an all-day stream. We're going to be going a full 24 hours, so no matter what time you tune in, something crazy is going to be going on. So please tune in tomorrow.
I don't know if you guys get data on this on your end, but do you think that Battle Royale is going to be the future of gaming, or is this a fad that's going to die?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I've seen fads come and go. I mean, you see them all the time. But Battle Royale is extremely popular. I mean, the fact that Call of Duty did it is pretty insane. That shows how much of a staying power it is. I think it's going to go on for quite some time, to be honest. I don't think it's going to die anytime soon, but honestly, it's really dependent on content creators, to be honest. I think if people, like some of these big guys, stop streaming Fortnite, then it would die down a lot quicker. That's not going to happen. I mean,
I don't know if Fortnite's like that.
You think if every big streamer stopped streaming Fortnite, people would still play for quite some time? I think it would stay for quite some time, but I think it would die out quicker. It would
stay up for some time, yes. I don't know if it would stay up as indefinitely as it is. Epic's original advertising plan for this game was incredibly strange.
Yeah.
They were paying streamers like crazy just to play it and stream it, and I turned down most of those deals because at the time I really wasn't feeling the game very much. Didn't really want to, and I usually, when you see, hey, we'll pay you a couple of grand to play a game, that's a sign that game is about to completely die.
Right. Are you talking about the original Fortnite build before it was Battle Royale?
No, the original Fortnite build, they were offering so much, they were offering to put YouTubers in the game as characters, and that still didn't pan out. The Battle Royale, they were offering people just bounties to play in general. And usually when you see that, that means the game is kind of on its last legs.
What about H1Z1?
I saw that and I was like, yeah, Fortnite's going to be dead as soon as these contracts run out. But their methods seem to have panned out.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, but yeah, I think more than Battle Royale dying out completely, I think there's going to be different instances of Battle Royale. Like, you know, H1Z1 was the biggest thing for a while, then PUBG came out, totally killed that. Now PUBG is still a pretty good contender, but Fortnite definitely took the crown right now because it offered some different variety. Like you can build, it has kind of these cartoony graphics, which is helpful for a more family friendly thing. They went free to play, which is great. That brought in a humongous audience. Crossplay, right?
Oh my lord,
that's huge for them. But I think maybe another game will come out that'll have everything Fortnite has, plus another unique feature that might take the crown then. Like, who knows? I think that might be the trend until just Battle Royale completely dwindles.
Well, then on a similar note, do you think that VR is going to be the future of gaming in any capacity?
I hope not, because I'm not a huge fan of it as is.
You monster! Really? Okay, I want to hear this. Most PC people that I hear about are big into VR.
You know what it is? Like I said, I'm a huge MMO. Oh, VR. I thought you were saying VR. You're saying VR, right?
Yeah, virtual reality.
Okay, yeah. No, yes. VR, I think, can be the future of gaming. I think it's awesome. I suffer from motion sickness very easily. In the early models of VR, when FPS was super low, I couldn't play for more than 5 minutes. Now, with the tech, with like the new Oculus Rift and the new HTC Vive Pro,
I need help.
I get much better FPS, obviously, and it's much easier on the eyes, so I can play for a bit longer. I think like an MMORPG in VR is what'll take some. There just needs to be a single VR game that's super intriguing. Like if something like Ready Player One came out, or like Sword Art Online, if they did something like that for VR that was a really, really good title that got people hooked, then VR would take off. VR just needs one real hook that will bring in a bunch of gamers, because right now it's kind of pricey. You need a pretty good PC, and then you also need to buy a VR headset. So it's not at a price point where most people can afford it. But if you get something good, something like that everyone's playing, like a Fortnite, not a BR, like a battle royale type game, but a Fortnite-esque where everyone wants it and everyone wants to play it. If you get something like that for VR, then it'll expand, because more people will buy headsets, and what that means is that more developers will start making games for it. So that'll expand more and more. More content will start coming out.
VR chat.
VR chat's huge. That was actually probably what did it.
Also Beat Saber.
Beat Saber is pretty cool. I saw you doing that, I believe. Was that? Am I right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. There's an MMORPG game called Orbis. I haven't looked into that, but the fact that I haven't heard of it means it still needs some work, I imagine. The first time I brought home my Oculus, me and my roommates got so sick, none of us regularly have motion sickness. Yeah, it happens, especially with the early models of the Oculus. It was rough.
When we first got it here in the office, and I was playing Minecraft and I fell in a hole, I wanted to throw up.
How many people in your factory take care of the builds? We have quite a few employees. I don't have an exact number for you, but I can say it is a lot.
I got a nice team of guys.
So I didn't play the only Oculus I started with was the DK2, and once we were at that point, it may not have had the best resolution, but it was running really, really smooth.
Yeah.
How different, or like, I know the resolution was poopier, but was the delay really bad on the original Oculus?
Yeah, delay was bad. FPS would rarely go over 30 FPS, which hurts. And yeah, delay was brutal. The resolution was low as well, which didn't help. But now it's just incredible. And it's just getting better and better. Once that HTC Vive Pro comes out with that wireless adapter, oh, that's going to be so sick.
Oh, I want to do that. So that's one of the things that I really want to do with this PC that you're building at the moment, is more VR things. You saw the AR VR room that I have set up in the house, and that's a budget one. Like, this PC's dying, it runs on a webcam instead of an Elgato. The whole lighting, and instead of a green screen, I just have like paper taped to the walls. It still kind of works as long as it keys, right?
Right.
But I want to take some money and some time and make a really good one. And because when the wireless backpack comes out, I think that's going to go insane. I think that's going to be a really, really, really big thing. And
that's
I want to participate.
Really cool.
I don't want to be left in the dust and all those
I
videos.
agree.
But as for the wireless backpack, I expect that to be really expensive. I know they're kind of piecemealing the Vive Pro. For it seems like arcade reasons, kind of like they've got it to where the regular Vive is finally profitable, so we're going to sell that at a slightly reduced price. And if game developers and people doing shows at PAX and barcade owners want something really like fancy, they can buy the Vive Pro. In this case, they're going to be buying that wireless adapter for, I'm going to guess, like a solid $1,500.
Right, definitely. One thing I forgot to mention earlier about VR, I think, and I know there's some places doing this already, but VR arcades would be excellent, especially with the wireless. I always imagine someone creating a game specifically for an arcade, like let's say it's a dungeon crawler, where it's you and a bunch of friends, you're all in VR, you all have wireless backpacks, and the actual room that you're really in reality is laid out like the exact virtual world that you're in. So if you're looking at a wall in game and you reach out, you can actually touch it in the real world as well, and it's to scale. I think stuff like that is really going to take VR to the next level. Those VR experiences, where people start filming movies in VR, is going to be pretty incredible as well. Imagine watching like a superhero flick, and every time you watch it, it's different because you're standing in a different area, or like you follow a different character and it goes somewhere else. I think stuff like that, which I know is in the works for VR, is going to take VR to that next level. So yeah, I mean, really the future of VR is just crazy.
So if you like MMOs and dungeon crawlers, this is almost the antithesis of those games, even though it's in the same genre. Have you played Crawl?
I have not played Crawl. Can you explain it to me?
It's $5 on Steam. I would tell you it's no online, so you have to play this game LAN.
Okay.
And it's straight trash-a-roni if you're going to play against bots. You can play against bots, but that's not what makes it fun.
Right.
Crawl is a dungeon crawler game. My friend is fighting somebody here, so I have to
no
be
problem.
a little more mindful. But the neat thing about it is when you die, it's not over. Like there's only one body, and everybody has to possess that body.
Right.
And when you die, your spirit becomes the traps and the enemies in the dungeon, and your human soul takes over the traps, and they take over the demons in the dungeon and all the stuff. So you have to kill your friend in order to steal his body, because only one of you can make it out of the dungeon. And when you go to fight the boss or any boss, only one person can fight the boss, while the other person takes over various parts of the boss's body, like the arms and legs, and they all kind of fight against you.
That is
I don't know
cool.
if I'm describing this very well. It's super interesting. It's fast-paced. You level up. You get experience for being ghosts and demons, and you get experience for being the guy as well, and it's really neat.
That sounds really cool. I love stuff like that.
The only downside is it's got kind of like 8-bit graphics, which are sometimes not the most... It's not the most clear graphics ever.
Right. See, what I do love about VR is the uniqueness of the games that are coming out for it. Something about gaming nowadays, it seems a little copy-paste for the most part.
They have like LA Noire as for VR now?
Yeah, a lot of the games are like Skyrim and Fallout also got converted to VR, which is great. But, you know, especially for PC gaming or even console gaming, someone finds a model that works and you're going to see a lot of the games of the same caliber. With VR, people are trying a lot of new things, which is great. I love that. I love seeing like the one you just described sounds like something completely unique.
Oh, it is.
Which is excellent.
It's. I had so much fun playing with it, and you would think that it would get annoying or that it would be bad, or like how can you have a PvP co-op game? But it works really, really well. And depending on the group you play with, they'll either try to sabotage each other for reasons of pride, so that they get to be the person that defeats the boss. Or sometimes you work together with your buddies' souls in order to be the last man standing and crawl out of that dungeon. It's really, really neat. I had a ton of fun playing that game.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, I'm losing focus here. Just killing some people.
I was answering an email too, real quick. Okay, what did someone ask?
Dude, we're so good at streaming. We answer emails and screw around. Like
this awesome cable management is doing great things for my OCD. It is pretty incredible, isn't it? My eyes are getting drowsy. It's time to put on my glasses.
I'm in the same boat. You were up late last night?
Oh yeah.
Dude, same here.
Too late last night. It was brutal. I just couldn't get to bed. I tried to get in early.
Pretty much describing my exact evening.
I work for a 3D printing company. Do you think this technique will take a part in designing custom cases in the future, like custom logos for famous YouTubers, for instance? Wouldn't be surprised. I think that's pretty cool. So what we offer on our cases is kind of similar. We do HD UV printing. For drifters, we did a flat print, but we also offered texture printing, which is still kind of in the early phases, which is why we don't do it for everyone. But what's really cool is that you can texture whatever type of logo or design you want on it. So let's say it was like a character from the game. You can put the backdrop as whatever world he's in. You can put the character in the front, and that would actually be textured so you can feel the effects of it. I think for 3D printing, doing stuff like that for cases and maybe designing a case that looks like a logo for someone, stuff like that should definitely be in the works or be doable. It just 3D printing, if you don't have the design is pretty rough.
3D texture right there. You show that?
Yeah, I've shown it before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I knew that. Just checking to see if you did.
Had my friend text me midstream as well. Those are always fun. Hey, what are you up to?
Hey, are you busy?
Yeah, kind of am.
My trainer told me, he goes, when you finish with the stream on Saturday, you know, just come to the gym. No. out of your mind. The only thing I want to see is Club Kama with DJ Pillow.
DJ Pillow.
DJ Pillow on the ones and two.
How we doing over there, PJ?
We're doing pretty good, Mr. Alexis.
How is the build's coming along?
The build's coming along good. It's much easier and smoother than I thought.
What step are we in? Is what I should ask.
I want to say like I'm on step. I don't know. I'm on that.
What do we have? Here's the easier question. What do we have left?
I'm doing the power supply cable management right now. Once I complete that, I will install the video card, the frostbite, and that's pretty much it. It wasn't a very
complex build.
Complex system to build, but still, it's.
Are you streaming till it's done? Yes, we always stream till the end of the PC. Till we reach the end point. What's this song in the background? So I always play Monster Cat in the background since they let us use their content. It says Astronaut by Rain. Or it could be Rain by Astronaut. I'm not too sure. It's definitely one of the two. I can 100% guarantee it's one of those two. How much money do you spend on zip ties a month? That's a great question, man. I do not know.
Alright, man, look. Let me tell you something. I like
a lot.
Using zip ties.
A fair amount.
Was that Moco?
No. I'd say definitely a lot of money. That's interesting. Oh, could it be because of that? Do. How much is it going to take to make one? Would you recommend 2 GTX 1080 SLI over 1 Titan XP? No, I'd recommend the single Titan XP. Or a 1080 Ti. Velcro ties are greater than zip ties? Depends. Depends on the person. Some of them are too thick. I don't like the thickness of them. I use them for like room cable management, the Velcro ties.
Yeah, I use it for my entertainment center in my living room.
Do you recycle the zip tie ends? That's the more important question. I believe we do have...
Yes. Our trash company does recycle. So
yeah.
Once they go in the trash can, the dump company comes and picks it up.
Doesn't matter how much they spend on zip ties when they make it look that good. Thank you, Ben. Monster Cat is great, and what's a quick rundown on the specs? So you can always type !specs in chat. Not on YouTube, unfortunately. We don't have a bot for YouTube yet. I should probably get one. But you can see the specs down here as well. They're scrolling by. For Twitch and Mixer, if you guys are curious about the specs, type in !specs in chat. But let me just go into the specs real quick. So we're doing an Origin PC Millennium with wide internals, 850 watt power supply, blue sleeve cables, Asus Prime X299 Deluxe motherboard, Origin Frostbite 360, Intel Core i9-7920X 12 core with the GTX 1080 Ti. 32 gigabytes of Corsair Vengeance RGB DDR4 RAM, 32 gigabytes Intel Optane memory, 480 gigabyte Intel Optane SSD 900p PCIe, a 500 gigabyte Samsung 860 EVO, and a 2 terabyte Samsung 860 EVO with Windows 10. Boom. Boom. What's the Intel Optane memory? Intel Optane memory is a new technology from Intel. When it pairs with the Intel Optane drive, it gives you an Intel Core i7 Plus system. So combine that with the Intel Core i7 or an i5, because you can get Intel Core i5 Plus, I believe. So an i7 CPU with Intel Optane memory and an Intel Optane SSD gives you the Intel Core i7 Plus tech, which is what this system is based off of. What this does is increase the speeds of your main drive and your storage drives. So you're looking at like a 15 to 20% increase mostly all across your drives. Mechanical drives essentially become as fast as SSDs. SSDs become as fast as M.2s nearly. It's pretty crazy.
Everything's going to become flash soon.
It's really nice.
Got looking beautiful right there today. I picked up a Duo Buddy and my game just got a lot easier. I wonder why.
Are we able to change the interior colors of the frame? Yes, we offer white, red, and black. I think right now we're only offering black, just inventory purposes.
In my case, I got fortunate in that you also offer blue wires, so I can get a white case with blue wires.
Correct. We offer all sorts of different color
like
cabling.
Feels good.
Are these builds part of an arrangement with the person, or do they purchase them? This is a sponsored system, so this system was not purchased. This is a sponsored PC build. Hey. When do you feel the new NVIDIA cards will come out? Even if I knew, I couldn't tell you, but I can safely tell you that I do not know. NVIDIA keeps that stuff pretty hush-hush.
I'm planning an unboxing video for this. How far is too far until it starts turning brand negative? I was thinking about taking it out in Texas and just hammering it with an AK or something. Like the empty box. No, not the real PC, right?
Right.
Take the PC out, just hose it with an AK until it's bits, and then just walk over and you cut the camera right, and you put the PC under the junk, and then you just like dust it off. It's like sturdy as ever.
I don't think that's a bad idea. It's pretty funny. I've seen some. No, I don't think that's a bad idea. I've seen people.
I thought about doing an unboxing where I open it up and it's one of my fat dogs, and I'm just gonna put some tinfoil on him and put him in a big hamster wheel. Be like, we have 1 hertz of power here, baby.
1 hertz of power. We offer we give influencers creative freedom with their unboxing. You know your audience better than we do. So whatever you think would work best for them. How much longer will this be? I want to
probably
sleep.
talk about this
so
now. The PewDiePie unboxing for Loot Crate, right? You familiar with that?
I have not seen his Loot Crate unboxing, no.
Okay, so at one point I was pretty close to the guy running the Loot Crate influencer campaign.
Right.
And they did a bunch of things. It started off with just branding and awareness, and then it turned into like, we need sales, almost exclusively sales, right? Which is a pretty straightforward transition.
Of course.
Yeah, I got a guy below me, so I'm trying to focus for just a moment.
We stream every single
sponsored
build. Yes.
He's already up here with me. I'm dead. I'll see you later. Okay, well, we're going to spectate J-Hub then. But anyway, so
thank you.
Everybody does their unboxing. They get this item and that item, and it's pretty normal. PewDiePie signs on to do a Loot Crate unboxing, and he decides he's going to put the whole box, just take it apart and stuff it full of dicks. Paper dicks, plastic dicks, big dicks, small dicks, dicks of every color and shape and size and orientation and texture that you could possibly imagine. And he does his unboxing, and he's like, oh my god, this month's Loot Crate is just a whole box of dicks. Look at this dick, and look at this one. Look at this floppy guy. And he posts it. So the people at Loot Crate are livid for good reasons, obviously, because they didn't pay him, Lord only knows however much PewDiePie cost to unbox a whole bunch of dicks, right? And they were about to just cancel the payment and take the money back and do everything, but for some reason, the bunch of dicks unboxing had a higher sales than anything else that they had ever done. And not just numbers-wise, like just because it's PewDiePie, right?
Right.
But even considering his size and payment and like their own internal metrics and stuff, PewDiePie's box of dicks performed better than every other YouTuber they ever hired.
That is a hilarious story. So we also worked with PewDiePie, and we gave him a PC to unbox, and we did the same thing, and we knew very well what we were getting into when we told him, hey, you know, creative freedom. Just you basically follow, like we have, like say this at least. But he actually did a pretty tame unboxing. It came out awesome. It did really well, which we're really happy for. Oh, but we thought he was, I fully expected to him unbox the crate and there'd be a big wooden dick statue or something.
Like he'd open it up and he would have paid some other company to make a big like fake dick case and just slap Origin's logo on it.
I would have laughed.
Yeah, but he did good. Goddamn, I love Origin PC. Thank you, Danny S. What video is this? We're actually streaming a PC build. We're building a PC for Drift0r, who you hear chatting with me on Discord. You can also check out his channel, youtube.com/user/discord with a 0. Drift0r, I'm sorry, with a 0. Did I call you Discord? That's hilarious.
Follow Discord at Drift0r.com.
There we go. Tell my friend
do you change your thermal paste on GPUs? Not normally, no. If we do liquid cooling, yes.
If we do liquid cooling and the customer requests it, yeah, we'll replace the demo pad.
Yes.
What is the craziest PC you ever built at Origin PC? What's the streamer that just wanted a monster, or the customer that built something that shouldn't even have been a thing?
So I don't know if you heard me mention it earlier, but when I first got into the company, there was a prince from Dubai who ordered a PC from us. He sent us a 20-page instruction manual on how to build his case. He didn't want one of our cases. He wanted us to build him a case. The case was about as tall as I am. It had about 40 fans, about 13 radiators, 4 liquid-cooled Titans, 2 Xeon processors, liquid-cooled, a liquid-cooled motherboard, about,
yeah, I forgot about that.
Close to 10... No, close to like 30 to 40 terabytes of storage space.
I forgot we had.
It had a LCD panel, liquid cool manager that would tell you like the CPU cooling, how the fans were running. You can manage all the fans from that panel. Like I said, the case itself was about as tall as I was. It was on wheels. It had a complete paint job, custom paint job that was Audi inspired, Audi themed. He ordered 2 60-inch 4K monitor TVs with it as well. All in all, that build came out to about.
What year was this, approximately?
What, I'm sorry?
What year was this in? I'm trying to imagine the price of
2015. 2015.
Okay.
The price was about $40,000 to $50,000.
Mind you, the build sat here for about a year because every single time we would complete the system and tell him we're done, he would send us more parts to add onto the system.
He'd be like, "Can you add this now and put the fans this way?" And
it's funny that Kuzi mentions the controller, the fan controller that he put on there. He sent us one to install it, and the entire instruction manual, even the buttons on the controller, were all in German. We couldn't even read it. We had to figure out German words just to figure out how to get that thing up and running.
So I'm surprised you didn't charge more, given how many times it had to be redone, and given the fact,
no. It was a pretty penny. I want to say overall, that guy had to spend at least almost $70,000-$80,000 just on the build,
because it was
parts, labor.
Yeah, it was. I think $40,000 what we charged initially, right, for the entire build and the parts that we offered. But then he kept sending more and more parts himself.
Oh, do this.
He kept sending parts to add. So all in all, it must have cost him way more. I feel. But yeah, no, I think it was definitely a loss for us because of how much labor we put into it. Believe it or not, I think we spent more money in labor than we did in anything else, because it was crazy. It was here for the longest time. There was a bunch of times that it leaked because it was a crazy whole tubing idea that he constructed. So to get it to work right was just
he wanted
insane.
It a specific way. It had to be his way.
So then a similar question is, what was the purpose of this PC?
I have no idea.
No idea. We still don't know. We never heard back from him after we sent it over.
The last time, the last time we heard about the system
was
that he received the system. I guess it was through shipping. It had some slight damage to the chassis. So he ended up taking the entire system apart. That was the last thing I remember.
I didn't even know that. They probably didn't tell me that because I spent most of the time building it.
The size of a person.
Took the entire system apart. When I heard that, I was just like, I just threw my tools in the air. I was like, you know what, man? It's just.
Those guys
I can't wait to get on that Saudi Prince level of wealth.
I know, right? Those guys have golden toilets. I think they're okay. Entire rooms made of gold.
To him, it was like, that's no big deal. It's just no big deal.
On a similar note, a friend of my family is a contractor, right?
Right.
And his first job that he got was working on an airplane. Now, he wasn't one of these good kind of contractors, generally pretty unscrupulous for the most part. Yeah, I'm in a gunfight at the moment, though.
No problem.
I think we killed everybody, which is good. But so there was a Saudi prince who says, I want you to remodel my airplane. This guy's first job, he says, yes, sir, Mr. Prince, I will remodel your airplane right now.
Yes, Mr. Prince.
But it turned into he wanted a bar and he wanted a jacuzzi, and they talked him out of the jacuzzi because, water and turbulence, right? And piping. And then he's like, okay, well, I want the inside of my airplane to be all marble. And it can't just be any marble. It needs to be this very specific kind of marble. Hubs, you got any rockets? Okay, making sure he does. We shake our heads left and right.
Oh, you're talking in Fortnite. Like, okay,
well,
I thought it was part of this conversation
because this adds 700 pounds worth of weight and you want it only on one side, which isn't really like safe to fly. And the prince says, then I'll just get somebody else to do it. It just had not occurred to him that it might have been a safety hazard. And he wanted to fly in his own marble from like Morocco somewhere and everything had to be gold, and it was a ludicrous job. He made like $200,000 on the job in profit, but it was just mind-boggling that the guy was just like not afraid of gravity. I see that 1080 Ti. Hold up, I'm swapping to that right now.
I gotta have Kuzi holding it. Look, it's so big, Kuzi has to hold it with both hands.
Oh god. Oh god.
Look at that glorious 1080 Ti.
There you go, buddy.
That's what's gonna be rendering all of my videos.
And here it goes. I'm gonna pop its motherboard cherry.
Can confirm my old roommate used to work on helicopters. A Saudi prince wanted everything in the cockpit to be gold. Jeez.
I mean, I guess they're
gold,
too rich for gravity, man.
Does gold not... Gold doesn't weigh a lot, right? Isn't gold like a very lightweight? Or am I thinking something else?
It can't be less than plastic. Plexiglass for that.
What up? What's up, Jeb? Hi, I hope I'm saying your name right. Hello, Drostrix. Titans aren't really for gaming. That's correct. Gold is heavy. Okay, so I don't know anything. What do I know?
Oh! Did I forget about this little guy right here?
Ah.
I forgot about that little guy too. Oh. And what does it come
I was
with?
always tempted to take one of those.
Oh yeah, you get a Star Citizen.
Like the
I don't know if you're
$4,000 insane. Oh, there's the Optane.
Yeah, I don't know if you're interested in Star Citizen, but you get your own Saber Raven plane for Star Citizen with this Intel Optane as well.
All right, so I'm gonna put this in my back pocket.
Is Star Citizen out yet?
Not yet. That game's been in development for a very long time. It is getting closer and closer though, and
I keep hearing people say it's like a Ponzi scheme and things like that.
It's not. It's actually. I know a lot of the guys that work there, and it's a legit game. And when it comes out, if everything they've said about the game actually releases, I think it's going to be one of the greatest video games ever made.
I'd say it'll be great if like half the things they say about it ever
Oh
releases.
yeah, for sure. I mean, the fact that you can go seamlessly out of whatever planet you're in into space and land on multiple planets, discover multiple planets, and switch to a first-person shooter, and there's PvP, and you can steal people's stuff, and you can do crafting and trade runs and fight humongous monsters and all sorts of craziness. I think it's going to be quite an incredible game.
This thing smells like a brand new shoe.
What, the Intel Optane?
Yeah.
Look at that bad girl.
Yeah, it's like a new shoe.
Oh man.
What specs do you recommend for the game? Which game? For Star Citizen? Star Citizen's probably going to, by the time it comes out, it's probably going to need some pretty hefty specs. I imagine that by the time it releases, which might be 2020, I'm thinking that that's the date that they've guesstimated. Technology is going to be wildly different by then with how fast technology moves. So I'm going to say 12 series cards with Intel i14s. No Man's Sky level. Well, the good thing is that they keep releasing the game in modules, right? So you get to try different bits of the game. Like you can fly in space right now. You can do a lot of the first-person stuff. They have FPS shooter. They have some planet exploration. All sorts of cool things.
That's how we're gonna play games?
Yeah, all our donations and subscriptions go directly to St. Jude. Any money that we make on this channel goes directly to St. Jude. Our ad revenue, our subscription money from Twitch and Mixer, our all our donations. Like I mentioned earlier, tomorrow we're going to be doing a 24-hour charity stream. We're giving away a ton of prizes. I can show you all the prizes here. 4 different motherboards from EVGA, 4 different power supplies, 2 Star Wars Titan XPs, 2 external 250 gigabyte SSDs from ADATA, 2 8700K CPUs. We're going to be doing karaoke. We're going to be building PCs. We're going to be doing gameplay. We're going to be playing PS4 games, PC games, all sorts of stuff. Please join us tomorrow. Every little bit, even if you just donate $1, every little bit counts and helps. These kids need it more than anyone does. This hospital, the stuff that they do is so incredible. It costs something ridiculous, like $32 a minute to keep this hospital up and running, because the amount of research that they do there that gets shared worldwide. They pay for everything for all the families that are there, housing, food, anything that they need taken care of. All their medical expenses are taken care of. It's an amazing, amazing place. They built this hospital to be a playground for these kids.
Yes, teamwork.
Thank you so much, Batosai, for the subscription. Much love. That all goes to St. Jude. Hashtag for the kids in chat, please. So please join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, all the way to Saturday, 11 a.m. It's going to be a ton of fun. And we're going to be live on all platforms as well. Prestige worldwide.
I just had another epiphany. I think you need to get another one that says Trick love the kid.
Definitely not. I'll be there on stream. We'll share it in Discord too. Thank you so much.
Teamwork.
Hell Knight Killer with the sub. Hashtag for the kids, baby. Batosai 666 is helping the kids. Hey, it doesn't matter your religious orientation as long as you're donating to the cause.
I still understand. Origin PC loves the kid.
How much for one of these? I was thinking about buying one. So all our PCs range different prices. They're configured to your specifications. So whatever you want in your PC, you can get. So I think our starting at price for a Millennium is around 1,800, but it goes way up from there. This configuration itself, I think a similar configuration for this is somewhere. What?
You don't want to specify.
Oh, you don't want to specify the price of this configuration, Drift0r? I won't divulge that information.
Oh, you can. You're welcome to.
Oh, okay.
I'm being quiet. I'm just letting you talk and do your thing, keeping an eye on my chat.
So yeah, this configuration, I think I estimated it earlier to be, it's a very, very high-end configuration, so it's probably somewhere in the mid $5,000 range with all the customization, including the custom panels, and it's got an i9, a 1080 Ti. That's our cost. So yeah, somewhere around there. This is one of the higher end systems. Like I said, they start much lower than this. Is the final prize tomorrow US only? For now, yes. I'm working on tweaking that. But yes, but every other prize is not. So you can still win a Titan XP, you could still win the SSDs, you could still win a CPU worldwide. What time zone is it over there? We are in Eastern time zone. I'm liking the World of Warcraft boxes in the background. Thanks. Have you seen our game wall? We'll show you that towards the end. Or you can show it now, PJ. We have a wall full of PC games, as you can see.
These are all donated by friends, co-workers.
It's mostly our two of our founders, Kevin and Hector. I think a majority of those boxes are theirs. There's some really old classic titles there. You see Battlefield 2's there.
Need for Speed.
Unreal Tournament, Need for Speed, No One Lives Forever.
Battle of Britain, Tomb Raider Chronicles,
NHL, was that NHL 2001?
Where do you see that? Battlefield 2142, Splinter Cell, Spearhead, Ghost Recon.
Good old 2142, most underrated of Battlefields.
Yeah.
Spearhead, Sacrifice, Warcraft, Battle Realm. Yeah, NHL 97. Look at that right over there.
Kevin's
NHL
doing great,
97.
NHL
It
97.
takes me back a little bit.
Can you move it more behind you so the crappy side of the room doesn't show?
There's no crappy side of this room.
This is the side with the soundproof walls for our live show. There you go. That works.
There's no crappy
I can tweak this.
This room is exquisite.
Boom. Is that better? Is that a better angle? Yeah. Now we got the chat over there. That works. Switch things up.
Super stream inception. I can see the screen and it's going in, and then it's on my stream and it's it's screenception. That's okay. It's not a bad thing inherently.
Nice. Got the Origin PC mat going there. PJ's wearing the anti-static band on his ankle. He sure is.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am attached to the...
How can we win the giveaways for tomorrow's stream? You got to be here. For most of them, you got to donate to enter the raffle. But the final one that we're doing is free for anyone in chat. Which is, the final one that we're doing is the biggest prize we've probably ever given away on stream. It's a Titan XP, an 8700K CPU, a Z370 motherboard from EVGA with a power supply from EVGA, a Origin PC swag pack, a signed poster, a personalized letter, all that stuff. Plus, we're doing game key giveaways, which is free for anyone in chat as well. All sorts of stuff. that sexy cable work. It is pretty beautiful, isn't it? Do you have some tips on how I can earn money to get me a new PC? P.S. I'm lazy as hell. I don't know.
I don't think you earn money by being lazy. That's like eating your way to weight loss. That just tends not to happen in general.
You didn't answer my question. Sorry, Michael. I must have missed it, man. I'm reading 4 to 5 different chats at once, so excuse me if I miss your questions. Remember, we're streaming on 5 different platforms. So if I buy a high-end one like the one you're building, can I get it built on stream? So we don't normally build customer systems on stream, and I'll explain why in a minute. But there is a chance you could get yours, because every now and then we do random customer stream. PJ, you're blocking the camera completely. Thank you, sir. So we've done. You can move it to like the other side if that helps. Because it's not really centered. Put it in the front. There you go. Beautiful. So the live builds right now we only do for influencers or event-related systems. Like if we're doing a big giveaway with a big company, we'll probably live build that. Or when we work with someone like Drift0r, we'll live build his PC build. When we first did our live builds, which was back in 2015, the first ever one we did was for an influencer that we worked with at the time, which we still do work with to this day. But we built it live on stream. We had a bunch of people watching. I announced then, because that was the plan, hey, if you have an Origin PC order, you can get your PC built live on stream. Just contact your sales rep and let them know. Lo and behold, everyone wanted their PC built live on stream. So we had to nix that idea, because what that would have meant is even from just those first orders, we probably would still be building those PCs to this day. These PCs take, like, we extend these builds to make them kind of, more entertaining, because when we blow through these in the back, it's way different. So we make them more entertaining, we extend them. It usually takes around 2 to 3 hours to do one of these PC builds. So to do that for every single customer that requested it would have just taken too long. It would have, customer orders would have been delayed for like months. You could have ordered your PC and not gotten it for 5 to 6 months later, which is not ideal. Loving the excellent camera angles on the build today. Much thanks. No problem, Trigger Hippie. Thank you so much for the kind words. What are the perks of working for Origin PC? Many perks. Sure, that varies per department, but just as general, same benefits as working for any company. And being able to work with, if you're a computer nerd or a PC gaming nerd, being able to work in a place full of PC gaming nerds is pretty cool too. Our lunchroom conversations are definitely different than most companies. Drift0r's a lucky son of a gun. No, he's a hard-working son of a gun.
Yes.
He gets what he deserves. Luck has nothing to do with it.
That's not entirely true. Luck does have a little bit to do with it.
Can you tell us a little bit about your coming ups? How did you start this whole journey into content creation?
Since I just killed myself with a rocket launcher, it's a great time to start on that. The short version is that it kind of was lucky in quite a few ways. I started out... I'm going to go ahead and click off this so I can hear myself think. I'll let J-Hub's gameplay go quietly there. I started out just playing video games just as a hobby, just really enjoyed it. Sure. I did clans back in the day before teams and competitive gaming was really a thing. And I got a random spam message from a guy who says, I want you to join my body acting clan for a Halo machinima. And this was back before gameplay or streaming was a thing. It was just like they had sad Spartans that told stories and you had big fights and you kind of acted it out in the theater mode. I had no idea what the hell a Halo machinima was. So I just had to check and figure it out. And I learned about it and I really found it entertaining that you could make a story using completely free or almost free assets. You just get the game and then you can just kind of make your own set and stuff. And in this world, the people that held the power, that were in control of everything, the big shots were people that had capture cards and knew how to use them.
Right.
Well, I found out I could get a capture card for $10 on Amazon. Whoa. And it wasn't even that amazing of a card. Ultimately, it was a really crappy one. but just having a capture card instantly elevated me to director. So I skipped over the whole thing of being a body actor and voice actor. I just started making my own scripts and little stories, and it worked really well for a long time in the sense that it was a fun hobby.
Right.
I had one video go viral, and that was neat. And then it just died. No, nothing, no luck, no going anywhere for like 6 months. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to kind of quit this. This is not really worth my time.
Mm-hmm.
And Haughty McBloggy, who now works at 343 Studios,
Nice.
she was the biggest Halo vlogger in the world at the time, loved my video and shared it, and it got a stupid amount of views. And based on that, and the recommendation from a friend, because it's kind of about who you know and not always what you know, I was able to get into the Machinima Directors Program when it was brand new, before gaming, before Respawn, before any of that stuff existed, and I was able to make some money by posting my videos on machinima.com. That went really, really well, and they did me some good, and they gave me opportunities. They messed me in ways. They messed with payments. They lied to me and told me that I wasn't allowed to upload videos on my main channel. So even when other people were doing it, they told me that I would get sued and go to jail or whatever the hell if I posted on my main channel. But I kept working on my main channel and the Machinima channel, and it made good money. It was like a part-time job in college. It was like pay the rent, buy the groceries, pay the car insurance, something like that kind of money. In college, I met the girl, you know, the girl, the one that you proposed to and marry and whatever.
Right.
It's my current wife, Jessica. Hopefully the forever wife. We don't need additional wives. Sister wives I wouldn't complain about, but that's a little bit less of a traditional relationship. And she's Chinese, and I don't know how much you know about Chinese culture, but one of the things they go big on is they go big on weddings. You invite the whole family. It's required that you have a meal of a certain number of courses because they're largely symbolic dishes.
Right.
It's kind of a show of wealth. And it's really expensive. She graduated college and started nursing. I was still in graduate school. Both of our families were incredibly poor. And I'm talking poor like eating raccoons for subsistence, $4,000 a year of income, no heat and air, questionable running water kind of poor. Like really poor, okay? And I'm sitting here like, well, how do I pay for this big, expensive wedding that my wife wants and that I obviously can't, I have no way to afford? And I realized that Machinima kind of gave me that opportunity. It wasn't, you know, fixed or locked in stone, but I could make a near infinite number of videos if I wanted to, right? More videos is more money. So, like, the fool that I was, I promised her that I would give her the wedding that she wants. I just needed a little time to prepare and whatever. And I just started grinding out videos like crazy and busting my ass at videos. Like you wouldn't even believe, like in ways that don't even make sense. I probably blew off grad school a little bit more than I should have. The end result, though, was that, and this is 3 months of lag time as well, right?
Right.
So I worked super, super hard, and then I finally got what I needed to pay for the wedding. We did the big wedding, we got the money. And because there was 3 months lag time, I didn't know that I'd already met and exceeded the goal. So even though the wedding's paid for, money keeps rolling in. And I was like, well, I'll just kind of keep up this hobby. And it starts building momentum again, and more and more and more momentum. And it keeps going. And I'm sitting there in grad school, and I look at how much money it's making. And I have to have this really uncomfortable conversation with my wife. Like, hey, honey, so I don't really want to use this second degree that I got and this master's, this and that, and all this stuff that I paid this money for. I want to play video games.
Yeah, because that goes well with everybody.
And I had to show her the money and explain that the money is real and you can make a living. And it was comparable to starting salary, what I would have been doing at the time. And even if it would have been less, it's still a lifestyle thing. Like, would you take less money to work a job that was easier?
Of course.
So just kind of stuck with it and kept working on it. And I had ups and downs, lots of ups, lots of downs, lucky moments, hard work moments, a couple of good plans that panned out, a couple of good plans that totally failed. But the persistence in the long run paid off, and I am now here on YouTube.
Congratulations, man.
That's awesome. Awesome story, man. Thanks for sharing that with us.
That was very long-winded.
No, that's great. I love hearing people's origin story. So you never,
like a superhero or villain.
I guess it's safe to say you never really expected to make a living off this when you started.
No,
on?
very few people that I know did. I can think of maybe 1 or 2 people offhand that started YouTube as a business venture that are still doing it. There's a few people that take to that type of thing well, but the vast majority of people do not.
So just as something we always ask, especially during our Origin PC Live, the weekly talk show that we do, whenever we have streamers on, we always ask what bit of advice they would give to someone just starting off, and a lot of them say, don't go into it for the money, because you're already taking the wrong step. Is that something you would agree with, or would you say, sure, you can fuel that or use that as fuel as well?
That'd be my first advice, is that you don't want to go into it. I wouldn't use the words for the money, even though that's obviously what the goal is.
Right.
Don't go into it trying to do what's popular. There's an art form to studying what's popular and knowing how to hit a vein in the community, right?
Right.
But it's really hard, if not impossible, to get a start doing that. You have to get a start by doing something that's different, something that's nobody else doing. In the Call of Duty community, it's always something which is, in my opinion, quite dumb. Like, dude, I promise you, I'm gonna get to 1 million subs doing shotguns only to commander rank, and I'm like, no, you're not. No, because the blank to commander has been done 84,000 times. Or I'm gonna stream some game, or just some variation of something that somebody else has done. The advice I give is stop and think about the video you've always wanted to make, not for the views, but because it's something you believe in. Just something in gaming, something, if it pisses you off, that's fine, something that you love, some opinion that you've always wanted to express that's near and dear to your heart, and you should talk about that. Because the effort that you put in, the clarity of your voice and conscious, and the things that people will notice consciously or subconsciously will be there, and the audience will be attracted to that in ways that 25 kill Fortnite game just won't pull in. And there are people that get past success through being good at games, but my experience has been that the true passion, something that even if you want to look at this stupid game and talk about how the game engine renders these blades of grass, if it's something that's interesting to you and you take the time to articulate yourself, I said that like a redneck, articulate. I believe that other people will notice this as well, and that they will respond to it in some way. So you have to start off talking about the things that you like and believe in, and not just what you think is cool and popular. If things are going well and you want to try to experiment and find what's really, bumping, and see if you can do viral videos and whatever, that's fine. But you won't start off successful that way. Everybody can tell when you're faking it.
Sure. So realistically, let's say you're a young kid, you're in high school. You start wanting to make YouTube videos for fun. What, aside from the content and making something they love, is there stuff that they shouldn't focus on early on? Like I read someone saying that they don't have time to make YouTube videos because it takes them hours to edit the video. Now,
no, not true.
Right.
It might at first. Editing is kind of a skill you have to develop.
Sure. But aren't they probably doing a little bit too much? Like trying to add too many effects, too many crazy whatever, trying to mimic too many people and adding too much stuff that's just not needed when they're just trying to get out an idea or get out a thought or get out a piece of content.
Yeah, I agree with that. Even doing my content at home, doing my video editing, I don't want to be that guy.
You're completely right. I'm engaged in a gunfight at the moment.
Sure. Understandable. Do you do a giveaway with this PC? Yes, this piece is being given away to Drift0r, the gentleman I'm talking to on the line right now. Motivational. We are on the final step of the PC build.
Oh man, I'm taking L's here.
Hey GTA, how you doing?
Oh, that's my favorite game.
What's the best budget graphics card on the market right now? I'd say the 1050 Ti.
I just got hit by an RPG. I'm done. J-Hub, if you can hear me, he's below you. He's coming up the back of your ramp, buddy.
1070 Ti is way better, but not budgeting.
No shame in putting together a well-edited video.
Sure.
Absolutely none. But well edited does not mean I put a lot of effects into it. You see this a lot with new channels. They'll put in a lot of these graphics and this layers and be like, bomb, 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 XXY, quickscope, master 5000, 3 intros, and then music plays, and he's got like color corrections up. It's like, hey, yo, what's your boy something something here?
Quick cut. I can't believe she said that. Quick cut back to the intro. Explosions.
So yeah, and then they'll have when they get a kill, intro. It's in slow motion, or somebody that there's the other type of person that believes a lot in quality, and I think they believe too much in quality, and they'll want to make a video about something political, like why Donald Trump is a total cucklord or something, whatever they're gonna do. And instead of focusing on the meat and bones of their opinion, they'll work really hard to get the camera and the lighting and the how their face looks and the color correction and the focal length on the camera, and spend $3,000 on a fancy microphone. And I'm like, nah, dude, you could have made a video just as good just talking into a webcam about something that you believe in instead of focusing on all of that.
At the end of the day,
and it's not necessarily about what kind of equipment you have, but what you do with it, which I hope doesn't go counter to your marketing message here on Origin PC. You don't need a good computer to be a YouTuber. Now, to be very clear, it most certainly does help.
Absolutely.
But when I first started off, had a piece of garbage computer that I barely made work and would take like 7 hours to render a video. But I was able to master that technology and put some work into it. And once I understood that, upgrading to a bigger, beefier system just meant that I could do more with the skills that I had developed. If I had started off and bought a big, beefy system, it probably would not have started me off in my career that much faster, other than that my experimentation time would have been shorter. It's the same thing with cameras. You don't need a $7,000 DSLR camera. Most of the times a webcam will work fine. You don't need the $500 Rode microphones with tuners, and just a Yeti's fine. Astro headsets and some of the real Turtle Beach mics, probably not. But you don't have to go blow crazy money thinking that if you don't have the After Effects film studio color correction thing that they used in Jurassic Park, that your videos are going to look like garbage, because that's not true.
Right.
I lost track of this. I haven't slept in a long time. What are we talking about again?
I forgot too.
We're on the final stages of your build.
No, we're talking about content creation.
That's good.
Starting off as a content creator.
Ah, yes.
Ah, yes.
You just focus on the content first. You don't have to focus on the editing. You don't have to focus on
content first, fluff second. Right.
You don't have to focus on SEO and gaming the system. Just chill for a little bit and just focus on making a good video, and that'll do you so much more good than anything else.
Have fun. Work on promoting your video. You know, if you pump out a video a day that doesn't take you that long to edit, just a few quick cuts of some gameplay and some commentary, if that's what you enjoy, something you're passionate about, I agree with you. And then just maybe promote it as best as you can on Twitter. If you have, make connections, make friends. And by say make connections, make friends, don't go to your favorite YouTuber and ask him to give a shout out to your channel, or hey, can you please display my links, or can you please follow me back, or stuff like that. That never works. When you're trying to promote your video, don't at like 50 people in your tweet. That doesn't work. Don't join groups that say they promote new streamers or new content creators. No one follows those but new streamers and new content creators.
So it's like preaching to the choir. Cross following is bad. Buying followers is fake.
Yeah.
It's you have to do it the hard way, and that's where I think some component of luck or persistence comes in.
Danny S.
If you're starting off with 0 viewers on stream,
respect to you,
0
Drifter,
followers,
and much respect to PJ.
0 attention, it's hard. Like that's really hard. I can't BS people about it. But however, if you keep working at it, you keep planning, you keep thinking, you keep practicing, you will eventually get a hit. It's a matter of time before that persistence pays off. And once you get that little bit of viral love, right, you can go a lot further. You can take those new followers and take them to new places with you. That'll be your core group for a long time.
Right.
It's like a barber having clients.
Sure. Pretty similar. Did they hear it though? Danny S from YouTube wants to wish both you, Drift0r, and you, PJ, saying much respect for your hard work and dedication of your crafts.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. I was going to say another big one for content creators on the money end of things is they start focusing on making money really fast.
Sure.
When they should probably not do that, because a lot of times when you've got relatively few subs, you can get squeezed into an unfavorable contract with a network, or you'll be pressured to take on a sponsorship that's a lot more money than it's worth. And people will actually chase these sponsorships to the detriment of their channel. It'd be like, dude, you've got 200 followers. You don't need to be trying to get sponsored by Tesla. That's not going to happen.
Right.
It's a waste of your time, right?
It's a far-fetched goal to reach.
Mike, if PJ is too low, yeah, I turned it down because he was using his drill.
Patrick DeSellas, thank you for sponsoring, man. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, I don't have sponsor notifications on today because they would kind of interfere with the Origin stream, but I do appreciate the support, man. Thank you very, very much.
How do you get into things like building PCs? Well, I can tell you how I got into things like building PCs.
No one cares how you got built. No.
I just started building my own when I was pretty young. In fact, I think I started out by just gutting an old PC and rebuilding it for practice, and then started adding parts to it. So that's the best way to do it. And back when I started, there wasn't really a source like YouTube, which now has so many videos that teach you how to build PCs. Right now, it's super easy to learn if you just follow some YouTube instructions.
Or, like you do, follow Origin PC and watch me build it.
Yeah, or you can watch PJ build it.
You can repeatedly go on YouTube and watch our live builds. There's several builds on
Yeah,
there.
we've done.
Have you guys ever found really bad tutorials on YouTube?
Oh yeah, quite a few.
I haven't searched, but I'm pretty sure there are.
I've seen quite a few bad ones, yeah.
Not just for PC building. I've seen some very,
bad
very
tutorials in
questionable
general,
YouTube tutorials. I have to take those with a grain of salt.
That'd be pretty funny to see.
Greetings from Germany. Thank you, ZTDX.
I am German.
Hey, are you guys doing a Gamescom event?
I am not going. We might have some of our team out there. Not absolutely sure yet, though. But as of right now,
let me know. I try to make it a point to go to Gamescom when I can. That is just
it's a killer event, right? I've never been. I keep hearing it's amazing.
It makes E3 look tiny, and I know that doesn't make sense, but
I heard
E3 is maybe a quarter the size of Gamescom.
That is so crazy because E3 is.
Is that because they limit the size of it, or because I'm pretty sure?
No, it's just the venue that Gamescom does it in is
huge, right? So the venue looks.
You know those expo halls? There's two big expo halls for E3, right?
Okay.
The Gamescom venue has 10 of those, and 2 of them are double story.
Holy shit.
It's insane.
Holy crap.
I've seen pictures of it, and I'm like blown away. Can't even believe what I'm looking at. Can I get a PC shipped to Europe? We ship worldwide. Hope that answers your question. Greetings from Northern Ireland. What is up?
What's up, buddy?
I'm potatoing today.
Oh man, I am so tired. I am fading fast. PJ, finish this.
Dude,
I cannot aim today, dude. I'm so spent. No, why am I so bad at video games?
Almost done. Almost done.
Nearly complete.
Look, this is how bad the OCD kicks in. I have to have the fan cables nice and neatly done.
I see that. That's pretty cool, though. That is pretty.
It has to be. There's just no other
I asked
way.
the question, which is better, a 980 Ti or 1060? I don't know if you answered it.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a really close one.
I
It
was
depends on
saying-
what you're going
I
to
wanna
do.
say
I'm going to say if
980
you're doing video editing, I'd rather have the 980 Ti because you need that extra memory.
Yeah, true. But I'd say in terms of performance and features, probably a 1060 because you get a lot of the 10 series features, which the 980 Ti wouldn't offer. But
game audio is still too loud. Okay, I can turn game audio down.
Frame rate wise,
you
might get a little bit more with the 980 Ti. God damn, the
Patrick
cable
DeSellas,
man.
I will do that.
Yeah, it is. Do you think a 1050 Ti can pull off 1080p at 144 FPS for a game like CS:GO? If you're not at the highest settings, probably, yeah.
We'll do this actually instead. We will rebalance. Can't change that. I can't make that too much lower.
At what point should I stop updating pieces and just get a new rig? Really, it's all dependent on you because you can always just upgrade pieces. I would say whenever you're tired of your case.
All right, I just doubled Kuzi's volume. That ought to be a relatively easy fix there.
If you already have built your PC and it has crappy wire management, what would you recommend to fix it? Hopefully not rebuild. Definitely. You would have to just take it apart.
Take it apart and redo it. Rewire.
Take apart the cabling. Yes. It really helps if you have a modular power supply.
Non-modulars are okay. I mean, if you're looking to build like a simple build, I like the 500 watt EVGA power supply. That's really simplistic. It's
going for 90 Ti. No problem.
I think I've been streaming on the the build for like 30 minutes now. I forgot. That's okay. It's a PC build stream, right?
You even what? I'm sorry. Oh, you had the build full screen.
I left up the build, but it's PC build stream, right? So
that works. Is there a 1060 Ti? I don't think there is.
Not that I've seen. There is a 6 gigabyte 1060.
Yeah.
That I've seen in some mobile. I think I have one of those. Asus PC that was. Boy, I have to stop talking now. I'm entering the danger zone.
Why?
Well,
I mean, if you feel you're entering the danger zone, then I believe you. I trust your judgment.
I'll keep it very simple. So a while back, I got contracted to do an Asus deal. And let's say many facets of that deal went very wrong for a lot of reasons. But one of them was they sent me a little pre-built PC. It was their ZR something line. It's the pre-builts that they push pretty hard. They're about the size of a PlayStation. And it had one of those mobile 1060 6 gigabyte cards in it. And it had like 3 USB ports, and it was a micro PC. I was able to take that micro PC and force it to run mixed reality.
Ooh.
Yeah, which I thought was really impressive. And I talked to HTC Vive about it, and the Vive team were like, we didn't think this was possible. And I, as far as I'm aware, still hold the world record for cheapest mixed reality setup.
Nice.
I built the entire setup, including the lights, the camera, the green screen, the Vive itself, the computer, all the accessories, like every single bit of it, for less than $2,000. I think my final price was like $1,900.
Wow, that's pretty badass. I want to do a mixed reality setup here. I think that would be pretty neat. I think we can pull it off. We definitely have the space for it.
The problem is, Asus hated it. Like, they actually just utterly loathed it.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Why is that?
I do not know, man.
Because it's something like they didn't want to be. I mean, it's like a car dealership having a signature fast car, and then they make another car that's faster than the fastest car. No.
I don't know.
No, you get what I'm trying to say?
I think the issue that came up was, so it was a budget build, right? And how good do you think mixed reality is going to look on a budget of $1,900 for everything? With no, like, that's if you had nothing and you have bought it all tomorrow price.
Right. That makes sense.
So what I was able to do is I was able to get like 640p out of it and kind of upscale it a bit in editing, and it wasn't exactly perfect. I think what they saw from the marketing standpoint, they had no idea what it was from the get-go. I tried to talk to them about it, and they had no understanding, and they told it was kind of frustrating, but I think what they saw was the 480p upscaling, and just like, this just looks like trash, and we hate this.
Oh man, that sucks.
I kind of understand it from their point of view.
Sure.
Because they're looking for like a big hypey thing, which is all like 4K resolution and a lot of stuff, but
to make it out of a budget, you know, make it out of a budget, what you did, that's great. You know, I don't see how anybody could be disappointed in that.
Yeah, it was a shame.
Sorry,
guys,
I got unfocused on chat.
Too. It shouldn't have been able to do all those little things it did. And J-Hub in the chat says my shotgun just dealt 1 damage. Rip.
R.I.P.
I have really fun like max minning systems, and I get that you guys are very high end. but you're PC guys too. So you know how fun it is to take something and like how low can we go? Like,
oh yeah,
what is the lowest end system we can make PUBG run on? Like what's the lowest end we can get 4K Overwatch functioning?
See, I love making little junk builds.
Cool shows to do something like that.
Yeah.
Like, so we have these things in our inventory department, and we're just gonna try to see how fast we can.
Excuse me, chat. Excuse me.
Leon's hit deep. Tomorrow, right?
Oh man.
Hey Argon, good to see you there in the chat.
It's gonna be brutal tomorrow.
What is up? Gonna be very.
By the way, did you guys want me to? What was the thing I was invited to stream or do something tomorrow?
To just promote our 24-hour stream. You don't have to stream it. But you can just help us and let people know what we're doing. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I can do that. Just let me know. I'm gonna probably pass out at the end of this stream and just go be a garden vegetable for a little bit.
Sure, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Tomorrow, I'll be more onto it. What kind of vegetable do you want to be? I always wanted to be a carrot.
I was gonna say carrot too, or so and simpatico.
I would have said carrot because it's part of one of my favorite comedians' jokes. Because if rabbits got drunk on.
What in the world is he talking about?
I don't know. I think he's just went off. I think he's tired too. Are you done?
Maybe.
Yes. It is complete. Now we're gonna power it on. Get the lights going.
Where's my shield at? Ah, there's my shield. This is what makes the computer look so clean.
Oh yeah, the PSU shield. Then we'll get the panels on. Then we will power it on. Get the RGB lights flowing.
It's very, very nice. I think J-Hub Shotgun.
Yeah, I see the chat, Rebel Charm. I'm sorry. I have all chats on at once using the Restream chat platform, so it's difficult to keep up with everything. Plus, I am just very, very low energy today, so I apologize that I'm reading chat slower than normal.
Oh, dude, that comforts me so much because I'm sitting over here on the same low energy train, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm being a bad affiliate. I'm being a bad affiliate.
You're doing
Stay
just
awake,
fine,
Brad,
man.
please.
What's the core thing coming out of the back? That's the pass-through for the VR module that goes in the front. Any ETO in the tech kit going to come available, lower price? Or yeah, it depends on the month. What? What is this? Oh, what? That's weird. Okay, thank you for reminding me.
In my chat, do you guys know if the search the ammo chest challenge is bugged? Because I feel
yes, we're building it for
Drift0r. I feel like I've gotten nothing. And we have a question that says, why don't you build your own PC? How about I get somebody that knows what they're doing to make a better one that I could probably ever make?
Much appreciated.
I think I'm competent enough to follow instructions and make a PC,
sure.
But it would be more like Frankenstein's monster.
You know, we're huge fans of do-it-yourself. I mean, we're all do-it-yourself guys, obviously. We never even combat someone when it says, I can build it myself for cheaper. I'm sure you can. Absolutely you can. But here's what I always tell people when they come to me with that, like, oh, it's so much cheaper, I can get it for thousands of dollars less. Like, that's insane. If you're building it for thousands of dollars less, then you're not using the exact same components. I always tell people, use the exact same parts that we have listed on our site. And I'm talking about, like, don't do a bronze grade PSU if we're using like a gold grade, because we use gold grade and up. Get the exact brands that we're using, exact brand names that we're using. And you'll see at the price difference, yeah, it's there. But it's not as much as most people think. But you also add on the fact that you get a custom case you can't find anywhere else. The system's professionally built and professionally integrated, which is something you can't find anywhere else. It's got a custom case, which was created from the ground up by us. You get a custom design, which you can't really custom design your own computer unless you have an HD UV printer or a laser etcher at home, which is pretty cool.
I mean,
and you get the support and the warranty just from one company, which if you built it yourself and let's say your GPU and your motherboard went bad, you have to send that to RMA and it takes a long process. With us, you only have to go through one company to get all that stuff, and you get 24-hour lifetime customer support, which is unbeatable. For the entire time that you have the Origin PC, you get a 24-hour support line, which is all based here in the US, which is absolutely fantastic. So Drift0r, your PC is complete, my man. We're going to show it off now. What's up?
Oh, man.
Air filters, yeah.
Swap off the gameplay then. Swap over to the Beast. I'll let the gameplay run a little bit here. Well, you guys show it off.
Yeah, this is the top grill of the case. This actually has a filter in it, so you won't get any dust in the inside. You actually wash this out, let it dry, get all the dust out of it, and put it right back on the system. It's held on with Velcro strips.
It's really, really cool.
That is going to be a dog hair magnet for my fat animals.
And that just magnet clips on. Now put on, now the panels come on, then we power it on.
Oh, I'm going to do this.
I like how that looks. I like it's nice, simple, clean. A lot of extra space in there for expansions.
See, someone said, I did some research when I bought my Origin PC, and all the same parts would have cost me about $400 less. And honestly, the Origin support has been amazing. My PSU went out, and they had it fixed within a week. Thank you so much, Commander. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
More or less getting what you pay for. It's not a complicated proposition.
There you go.
There's a little bit of delay, so the stream will see it. Oh, beautiful. I like that blue cable hanging down off of the GTX. It looks like a cute little bow tie almost.
I actually have it nice and you see how I have it?
Yeah, I like
everything is zip tied neat so it doesn't hang. I like to have all the cables floating. I don't want anything falling, just hanging or swooping down.
Do you guys offer veteran discounts for military folks? We do have a veteran military promotion. So if you contact your sales rep and you let them know, they can tell you what that is and see if it's worth it for you. I went to Drift0r's chat. He didn't read my message. He's probably
anybody who hasn't seen the
I'm sure he's got a lot of people
Drifter,
over there.
There you go, sir.
Well, I'm focusing. We have you have your messages to read, and I've got mine, and I'm trying to focus on mine and your conversations as much as I possibly can.
And gameplay. You're doing way too much at once right now, and you're exhausted. I feel you.
Yeah.
People get mad at me all the time too.
Look, that's how you know you're good, dude.
You guys do GPUs other than the Founders Edition? Yes. Yes, we do.
Oh, it's looking so good. Oh my god.
You see that? No gap.
I put on the glass and power it on so you can see
this. Mounts are coming. I gotta upgrade my monitors when this gets in.
Oh, you did get the Echo Gear stuff? Awesome, man. I'm glad they worked.
Yes, they sent me some stuff, and it's kind of funny. Like, I'm getting a PC, right? But I'm still gonna spend money because as soon as that comes in, it's just like Echo Gear, monitors, better green screen. I mean, if I'm gonna have a good computer, I'm gonna do everything else.
Upgrade everything,
look at that glass.
Later, Hell Knight.
That looks so good. Needs more RGB. Where's the light strips? I didn't want to like too many crazy lights. It's got lighting.
It's got plenty of lighting.
Thing over there because it burns my eyes and messes up the room lighting. A nice simple. Like,
so we do have RGB lighting on the inside. The motherboard itself is RGB lit as well, but you have the option of turning it all off very easily.
I like how smooth the hinge is.
Yeah, it's super smooth. To take off the panels and put them on, it takes no effort whatsoever. And I like this. I love the suicide door look.
All right, old Bessie, you're gonna get replaced soon. We're gonna send you to the bottom of a river when this one gets in.
Bottom of a river. Do you ship to Sweden?
Yeah.
We ship worldwide. Yeah, there it is. Turn off some of those lights so you can see it fully lit, and fix the camera if you can. Center it.
I'm not even remotely paying attention to my gameplay right now. I'm staring at the PC.
You what? I'm sorry?
I said I'm not even remotely looking at my gameplay right now. I'm just staring at the PC.
There you go. Yeah, blue's a good color to keep it at. You can turn that off, turn the other one off. You can turn the room lights off too. It's doing its initial power cycle, so it'll keep turning off a little bit. Boom. That's good. That's good right there, actually. Actually, turn off that one. See how it looks? With the other LED off.
That's exactly what I wanted it to look like. Blue and white, man, just like the Yin Yang logo.
Boom.
Then the blue lights tend not to be overpowering as well.
Yeah, you can actually tweak the brightness on them too, so you can lower the brightness on it or increase it. Nice. Oh, that's.
Can I set it to flash to music and silly things?
You can set it to flash and change colors and all sorts of stuff. What's up, Crucian? What's up from New Zealand? Even to New Zealand, correct? We do. Worldwide. There it is, Drift0r. Hope you're happy.
I'm watching. That's what I need in my life. So when does that get here to me exactly?
So let's see. We take it to integration. Integration probably lasts just a few days. So I'd say it'll ship out hopefully by Wednesday or Thursday of next week, and we do 3-day shipping, so you should get it either by the end of next week if we get it out early miraculously, or by early the following week.
Okay, so a week plus or minus some shipping days.
Yeah, correct.
No,
And it is a holiday weekend this weekend. It's Memorial Day.
Guys, unfortunately, I can't turn game sound off because this isn't OBS. If this were OBS, I would do that. I just wish that I could. There's no way to disable game sound at all.
That is it.
That looks
we are
really
complete,
nice,
my friend. I hope you enjoyed watching this and hanging out. Thank you so much for hanging out the entire time. It was a pleasure. You really kept me going.
Nice meeting you, man. Pleasure to build this computer for you too.
Dude, I'm glad to know that I kept you going because I'm like, I'm struggle busting so hard here today. You have no idea.
No worry, my friend. I've been up since 4 o'clock in the morning, and this is a routine for me.
So we're going to end this. I'm going to make some more announcements, though, Drifter, so I'll just, unless you want me to stay on while I do this, up to you.
Go for it. It's all St. Jude's, right?
Oh,
St.
look
Jude's.
at that.
St.
And
Jude's
it posts beautifully, too.
Beautiful. Can you turn on the room light again, PJ, so I can get my camera nice and displayed so I can talk to the beautiful people? All right, friends, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Remember, if you want to sign up to the worldwide giveaway we have going on with Bajira, just go to originpc.com/Bajira for your chance to win an awesome peripheral bundle from Corsair.
God,
Additionally,
all those logos printed so good.
I know, that did come out great. Additionally, if you tweet out my hashtag Intel Rig Challenge, vote us for @OriginPC, you're eligible to win a $10,000 PC from Origin PC and Intel. Or you can just go to our Twitter page and retweet that pinned tweet. Don't forget that tomorrow we're running a 24-hour St. Jude charity stream. It starts at 11 a.m. EST, and we're giving away all these prizes you see on screen. Titan XP Star Wars editions from NVIDIA GeForce, 8700K CPUs from Intel, external SSD drives from ADATA, motherboards from EVGA, both X299 and Z370, and power supplies from EVGA. A ton of prizes being given away. We're going to do karaoke. We're doing PC builds. We're going to have some gameplay. We're going to be doing a ton of stuff. We got to keep ourselves entertained for a full 24 hours. So I hope to see you all there. Crucian Gaming, who is in chat right now on Twitch, will be joining us as well. It'll be myself, PJ, Crucian, and Nano Kitten, all doing all sorts of craziness, and all for an amazing cause, supporting St. Jude Children's Hospital. So please join us tomorrow, even if it's just to hang out and chat. But if you come to donate, know that you have the opportunity to win a ton of prizes. Even if you donate a little bit goes a long way. You're never required to do so, but know that if you do, it's for a very, very good cause. But that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to follow Origin PC across all social media. My name is Alexis, aka Kuziel. You watch us build a PC for my man Drifter, and that's PJ there.
Well, thank both of you for doing that.
No problem.
Thank you for supporting St. Jude Children's Hospitals. I work to do that as well with Gamers for Giving just about every year.
Awesome.
You guys have built a beautiful, beautiful PC, which
glad you enjoyed it.
To use someday.
I can't wait to see your reaction when you finally receive it and hear your reaction. It's going to be pretty cool.
So my number one reaction is going to be so this is going to sound strange. It's going to be silence, because right now I measure my PC in fucks per minute. It's like, how did this happen? How did that happen? Oh, I just got shot in my side. It's like there's just so many errors and frustrating things and slow and not rendering. I'm just going to boot it up, and it's just going to, like a cool wave is just going to flow over me and be like, no screaming, no yelling, no chaos.
Shout out Free PJ.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you again, Drifter. It was a pleasure, man. We'll chat soon. I'll keep you posted on the PC, and when it ships to you, I'll send over that tracking info as well. Awesome. You have a great rest of your evening. That. I'll hit you up tomorrow. Thank you, man. Thanks again. We'll chat soon. Friends, that is it. Thank you for tuning in again. Make sure to follow Origin PC across all social media. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for our 24-hour charity stream. Love you guys. Have a fantastic evening, and we will see you in the AM.